Hello. What is up? You're literally doing exactly the same thing. You're doing exactly the same thing. You realize
What?
that, right?
What am I
You
doing?
will not
What
put
am I
any
doing, Jordan?
blame. You will not put a single shred of
No,
blame
no, Lama,
on
that's not
Hamas
true.
for going in and killing civilians. You say
No, no,
Israel
Lama,
has all
I
the
don't, no,
power to
Lama.
end things. If Hamas
Yeah, they do.
disbanded and let go of the hostages, it would end tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Would it? Or would the
Yes,
killings
yes, it would.
amplify it?
No, it would. This idea that
Who's
somehow
gonna?
they're just going to keep going is not even held up by historical evidence.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm
It
fucking
is.
sure about that. Yeah, I'm really fucking sure about that. Time and time again, Israel has negotiated long-term peace with other countries.
And then also, put unrealistic standards, such as one of their more famous peace agreements, where they tried offering was, "Hey, we'll pull out, we'll give you your statehood, but we get the right to come and invade you anytime we want. We get
What are
control
you
of the
talking
resources,
about?
the waterways, the airways, and you also can't have a military."
Is that what they did in Jordan? Is that what they
did?
did in Egypt? Is that what they're trying to do? Is that what they're trying to do right now
Yeah,
with Syria?
You're really gonna pull that card? You want me to pull the
Israel
101
famous for
card?
their negative relations with Egypt nowadays. After everything is settled, their
I
terrible.
mean, this just isn't
relationship there.
true. This just isn't supported by any historical evidence.
It is. Thank you very much. It is.
No, you can't just say it is. You can't just
No,
say it is
science
and then it's
historians
so.
disagree.
I
There are
literally
actual
just
people who
gave you.
did
I
buy their way
literally
into
just
fields.
gave you multiple examples of that not being the case, and your response is, "Well, it is." That's it. That's all you've got. It is because I hate Israel and I want it to be so.
Right. But regardless of acknowledging anything I'm saying, right, you tend to not acknowledge anything I say on my end. But instead
What
you
is
just
it?
go
What
focus
is
on
it
one
that you
side.
think that
When I
I'm
say
not acknowledging?
okay, so you're saying that are you saying that Hamas should be the only ones to break the ban? Are you
No,
saying that Hamas
no.
of
I'm
everything else,
saying
everything that's
to be clear.
keeping them and the population alive,
They're
over
not
Israel
keeping.
offering
Is that
nothing,
what you think is
Israel
happening?
not
Hang on.
offering nothing.
You think what they're doing is keeping the population alive? I think what they're doing is bringing more death upon the population. That's how I see it.
That is a fallacy and a falsehood.
They say it clearly. They say it themselves. And they say that it's good for them.
Israeli society says it clearly. Israeli society.
No,
says
no.
it clearly.
The leaders of Hamas on multiple occasions said the deaths of our civilians help our cause. They want that shit to happen. They know that they could end
Israeli
this.
leaders have openly called the Palestinians Amalekite and don't deserve to stand on their earth.
We're not going to talk about the shit, the unhinged
No, we're
fucking...
not going to talk about
No.
the unhinged things they say. We're going to focus on
Bro,
peace.
how many times have people who are the leaders of countries in war said unhinged, crazy fucking shit? That happens all the fucking time. So then, I mean, by your...
Hamas through them.
But Hamas actually went in and specifically targeted civilians. There's a difference here.
Right.
They're not an actual...
you
they're not
can't
like an
disagree
actual
with that.
organized government.
Denote from the actual event, and not focus on the actual events of the thing, right? Focus on Hamas. Did all this? Hamas.
I'm talking about the current conflict. If you want to talk about the discussions to have a long-term peace, let me finish. Let me just finish. Let me just finish what I'm saying. If you want to talk about discussions for a long-term peace, then I'm going to agree with you. Israel is absolutely going to need to compromise. But I'm unaware of any wars where a side is losing this badly, where they get to sit there and just be like, oh, we're not going to finish it no matter if our people keep dying. This is unprecedented.
you don't see the ultimate end goal for Hamas, do you? It's biding their time, as people will die. Yes, yes, unfortunately, but it's not a war. Don't call it a war. It's a genocide, right? The UN.
It's not a genocide.
Right?
No, that's not true. The ICJ has not
hold
determined
on,
that it's a genocide.
Now, shush for a second. We don't.
Well, I'm not gonna just let you use that term at me like I'm being misleading.
If it wasn't for the UN, Israel wouldn't even have a damn country. So don't act like that the UN is not nothing. It's a big nothing.
What? The UN partition plan was rejected. Israel had to win a war to get a country. What are you talking about?
Colonizer, neo-colonialism, but no, you're misrepresenting.
No. It was not the Israelis who rejected the fucking partition plan, so don't give me that.
Oh, I think you didn't really look into it, did you?
Oh, really? You think it was the Israelis who rejected the partition plan? Or did somebody tell you that it was and then you believed it?
Because you have the English, specifically from the men at the time, where they said that it didn't matter if Israel was to accept this plan or deny this plan, they were going to take as much land as possible. They animals, that they would continuously take land, and they did.
Animals.
They proceeded to do the.
I don't really like the characterization, buddy. It's just
that wasn't more. That's not my word. That's the fucking English. That's an English guy who was overseer of the Band-Aid.
Dude. The Arabs rejected the plan. Regardless of the narrative you're trying to construct of what the British did, the Arabs rejected the plan and then attacked the Israelis.
When I speak, it's a narrative. When you speak, it's truthful. Inshallah, truth.
Because the truth is what I just said happened. This is well recorded in history.
Your truth is...
No, it's not about my truth. It's the Arabs rejected the plan, did they not?
Did the Israelis reject the plan?
No.
Really?
Really?
Yes, they were.
And they were going to have like way less land too in that plan. And they accepted it. And what happened was the Arabs rejected it and then they attacked the well, not Israelis yet, the Jews at that time still. I'm not trying to make like a statement about them being Jews. That's just because it wasn't, a country of Israel yet. And they had a civil war.
The accurate language to describe them. They weren't Jews, they were Hebrews. They were Hebrew and proud. That's what they called themselves, Hebrew.
Fine, Hebrews, whatever. I don't give a shit. The point is, they attacked them. There was a civil war. They won. They won. And by winning, they established their country.
Out of curiosity, Jordan, you like the new overlay?
What are we looking at? On your stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, my overall point was, if you're talking about a two-state solution, absolutely, Israel is going to have to make major compromises. I'm not even gonna pretend like that's not the case. I would be. Ooh, I do like that. Yeah, well, that's too fucking bad. Like, if you want peace, if you want a long-term peace, and you want an actual sustainable solution, yeah, everybody's gonna have to make a compromise.
Do you know what the longest period of time that Israel had peace? It was when Israel wasn't, sending its forces.
I'm sure you think that's all their fault, right?
So you're telling me, right? They have peace when they don't, they don't take military action against Palestine, but when they're suddenly taking military action against Palestine,
wait.
Suddenly, the hostilities.
Wait, sorry, hang on. What period are you talking about? Just so I'm clear.
Any time in the last, let's say...
No, you said... No, but you're making a very specific general... I mean, a very specific generalization.
Years, right?
Make a very general statement.
Can you let me finish, right? I'm using the analogy on the... Not really analogy, it's the wrong word for that. I can't think of the word. But, right, Israel historically has had peace when Israel isn't using military force against the civilian population.
That's not really true.
Historically. No, that is completely true. Yes, there's been fringe actors who fire rockets. There's been fringe actors who do shitty things. The difference is, right? The difference is on their side, right? Israel has had peace and security when they aren't trying to kill other people.
And
occupy land.
That's super not true, actually.
And
in fact, up until like now, when they're looking to annex, the only time they've ever taken land was in response to a war that somebody else started.
You can't call it a war.
I said with the exception of this, and I can call it a war.
I know, but you can't. But again, right? You just to be clear, you can't call what's happening in Palestine a war.
Yes, I can, and I will.
You 100% can. Why wouldn't you? Isn't there two sides that are fighting each other?
What is the enemy army called then?
Hamas?
What is the
Don't
what?
say Hamas.
It is Hamas.
Hamas.
I will say
No,
Hamas. I
Oh,
will
hold on.
say
Hamas.
Hamas.
Is a broad, hold on. Hamas is a broad dehumanizing generalization term, specifically the Israelis created, specifically for the main purpose of basically labeling everyone.
Oh, this is a
Palestine as
flavor.
Homie,
This is
homie,
a.
they literally-
Hang
they
on. This is a
literally-
flavor of conspiracy I'm not familiar with
No,
yet.
no,
Go
no, no,
ahead.
no, no, no. You
Go
know,
fuck
this is
ahead,
fine.
bro.
Specifically, the army that you should be referencing is Al Qassam. Do you know what that is?
Oh,
Brigade?
yes, the Al Qassam brigades.
One of the main
Okay.
brigades.
Oh my
That is
god.
one
This
of the main
is
brigades. You
this is
specifically refer
debate
to each
fucking
individual army that
pedantry.
was fighting.
Hey, please stop with this. We know who the fuck I'm talking about. We know I'm talking about Al Qassam. Stop that. This is a bullshit fucking debate tactic. Doesn't have anything to do with the actual issue.
When you say Hamas, you label
Hamas is the
Dr.
governing body of
Scientists.
Gaza. That's what I'm talking about.
Hamas, the word Hamas means anyone who.
Al
happens to work
Qassam
and operate
is
within
part
the
of
government,
Hamas. It is
or
a
even the
wing of
civilian
Hamas. When we say that the U.S. is at war, we say the U.S. is at war. We don't say the U.S. Army is at war. Stop this. This is fucking debate pedantry.
Hyperbolic, my friend. That's very hyperbolic.
What?
You're being very pedantic and hyperbolic, right?
I would
Am
say,
I?
Isn't that kind of like what you're doing though? By
You've
by
got
definition,
the equivalent. You've
You're-
got the
you're upset
equivalent
about
of a
the-
militia.
you're upset about the term we're using to describe the militant force.
It's
there.
the militia wing
Jordan,
of
considering
Hamas.
Jordan doesn't like giving ground to any of arguments or credence, as I'm saying, I might as well
Just
use
probably
dirty
part of-
debate tactics.
Why would you do you feel like we're arguing in bad faith?
I feel like Jordan argues in bad faith, as in Israel is a victim. They're the only victim, and that Israel has continued to be.
I've never even made that statement. See, this is crazy.
The way
because
you
like I've
discuss
never made that
Jordan-
statement. I've never insinuated that at all. All I've done is talk
Well, the
about
way
historical
you
facts.
discuss
Hang on. All I've
Jordan-
talked about is historical facts, and instead of actually directly addressing those facts and those points I made, it's well, you just won't give any ground. I've given ground on certain things because I know
When
what's going on, and I know the
say
history.
You say you talk about the facts, but the facts you're talking about contrived, controversial, heavily fucking debated, not 100%.
But you haven't
accurate,
actually
and then
provided any evidence to refute them.
Hold on. Either have you, Jordan. So don't sit there.
Really?
And
Well,
say,
he
I have
has
to
though.
argue
He
him.
definitely has though. What are you talking
No,
about?
he hasn't. He's used his own words the entire time throughout this entire
For
conversation. He has
a
used
great
his own words.
example. For a great example would be the Hannibal Directive. What we literally talked about yesterday.
Again,
When Jordan
right,
told you he was
Hannibal
under the
Directive was used
impression that was not what was used, that it's been refuted, he asked for a source to show that it wasn't refuted, not just like a puff piece from a suspicious news source. We're talking like, was there any leaked documents? Was there any whistleblowers? Is there any like official statements that could show that the Hannibal Directive actually was in order,
Van Kirk.
was in place? Like, I think that's what you would actually look towards, not the whatever.
And then,
you're
like,
saying
you
right
know,
now.
I'm also at the same time, I'm dealing with the fact, like, I bring up October 7th, and we can't even, like, live in the same reality about that because suddenly, oh, October 7th, it was actually done by the Israelis. And, like, where are we even supposed to go?
Right, you know, on the hostile border in the world, the most surveilled border in the world, where tensions are the most high. Yeah, I'm totally gonna have a music
I
festival
just
and not have security on site. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have security on site. I'm not gonna have medics
So,
on standby.
like,
on
how-
the eventuality that this is probably gonna happen.
If you want,
Doesn't
if
that
you
kind
want
of-
to
doesn't that
listen,
kind-
a year in advance.
But doesn't
if
that
you
kind
want to
of, like,
have a
hurt your own
discussion,
argument about this?
if you want to like have a discussion about the realities of the situation, we're gonna have to live in that reality. We're not if we're gonna sit here and argue like all of these crazy conspiracies. Of course, you're not gonna see me giving ground because we're living in a totally different reality about what's going on. I have not seen a shred of evidence that convinces me that Israel was actually trying to make October 7th happen. So you have to understand that when this is the place that you're coming from, when this is let me finish,
You
please.
just
Let me
started
finish.
talking, dude.
When this is the position that we're starting from, yeah, you're damn right it's going to be difficult to get me to give up ground because, again, we are starting from completely opposite ends of the spectrum, and you're going to have to give me a lot more than just speculation about, ooh, this is circumstantially weird the
As
way
well
I
as
see
you,
it.
because I'm the one who so far has provided a bunch of evidence and a bunch of different sources. For my
You've
claims.
provided
For the
me a bunch
record,
of
for the
weak
Hannibal
sources.
Directive,
I've also provided
No,
five. I actually
for the
have a
record,
discussion.
Base
I
Dude,
have
for
a
the
discussion.
record, for the Hannibal Directive, you've provided no.
And I've looked at
credible
everything
source
you've
on
sent
that.
me, too. I have looked at everything you've sent me.
All five are posted in the side channel?
all of these are puff pieces from Al Jazeera, the Electronic Intifada, and what is this one?
Like I've said, like a good standard of sources for me is going to be like Reuters or AP. If you're giving me sources that like not only are like not well accredited or have shown obvious bias in a lot of different occasions, yeah, I'm not very likely to take that seriously. But if you can show me, like I've said to you, I literally gave you one earlier when we were.
Wait, pause. Let him.
No. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer the fucking question. So earlier we were just talking about the flotilla. I gave you a source from AP describing what they had about the information of the situation, right? Now you don't like that because it doesn't give you a full accounting of the picture at this point. I, on the other hand, like to wait for things to show up. Let me guess. When the bombing.
Wait, you are supposed to go back and forth. Jesus.
To be clear, the bombing of what was the name of that hospital in the beginning of the war? I'm assuming that in the beginning, when that bombing happened, you jumped right on the idea that it was an Israeli bomb that hit that hospital, and that 500 people were dead.
Oh, you mean the evidence has come out that it actually was an Israeli weapon?
So
it hasn't. It hasn't. No, it has not.
Hey, every accusation is a confession, Bucko. Every accusation is an damn confession.
It has not. Not a single shred of evidence, and I've seen the arguments people have made to now come out and excuse me. Excuse me. If you keep interrupting me, I'll have to mute you until I finish, and I don't want to do that. Al Shifa, that's the one. No, it's called having a conversation. If you're looking at the evidence that people have claimed now refutes that, I have seen that evidence, and that is not even close to the case. And none of the investigations that they even cite even try to say that. So I don't know where you're getting this idea that that's the case.
Provide sources to your claim. Go ahead.
You mean the fact that every major news organization ended up retracting it?
No, so present one.
Okay.
Don't give me your word. I want to present one.
Sure.
Present one. I presented you 5 for the Hannibal directive and all.
Which no. For the record, none of those were any proof that was the case. These were puff piece opinion pieces.
No, the Times of Israel was not.
They were.
The Times of Israel was not.
I read it. It was also a puff piece.
Or no, it was Al-Ali, I think.
All of them were puff pieces.
Times of Israel has literal fucking people who were there on the fucking events, right? Openly fucking being interviewed. You are aware of that, right?
I read the. You want me to read it to where we can like understand like where you're confused on this?
Oh, well, I'm confused. Okay, so I'm confused, but you're not. But no sources presented to me, but I'm wrong.
For the record, if you're making, I do have a source. I do have a source to prove my point. In 2016, when Israel, did away with the Hannibal directive.
No, I want to read it myself. Go ahead and post it.
I'm gonna post it, but like the bad faith that you're engaging in.
I'm copying your level debate strategy when it comes to these. Show me source. Come on, I don't want to read it. I want to read it myself.
Here you go. Human Rights Watch. I'm sure you love that as a source. Here's one. Then we'll do. Oh, forensic architecture. That was the big one everybody kept trying to cite because that's a pro-Palestinian source. And they were like, "Oh, forensic architecture found all of this shit," and this article doesn't even state that.
You're in source there from Human Rights Watch. There are no known images of any munition remnants publicly available. Human Rights Watch was unable.
Go ahead and read the whole fucking thing, my friend. Go ahead and read. No! Before you start parading it around like that helped your case, I want you to read the whole fucking thing because you sound like an asshole right now. Okay?
Evidence available to Human Rights Watch makes the possibility of a large air-dumped bombs such as those that Israel has used extensively in Gaza highly unlikely.
Boom!
The Israeli military has dropped thousands of such bombs across Gaza Strip on October 7th. That doesn't mean they haven't dropped any bombs on there. You know that, right? Again, your source is very inconclusive.
Thank you.
Right? No one's been able to
for proving my point. I appreciate it.
Listen to the first part, right? No one was able to verify the munition type. Do you know how often that happens that there's no pieces of ammunition left from something like that? Do you understand that? You should understand that. How often does that happen? Exist, my friend.
How often does that exist? Yeah, so where is it?
Well, you told me there's also no images.
Yeah, and who would have had access to clear up all of those fragments? Who?
Oh,
this is early in the war. This is early in the war.
The state of Israel would have.
No. Israel was not there. Israel was not there on October 17th of 2023. They were not occupying the Strip. So no, it would not have been Israel. It would have been the Gaza Health Ministry. Thank you very much. And this is what I'm talking about. This is like exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you were wrong, by the way. Yes, Israel was actively operating in the Gaza Strip on October 17, 2024, as part of its ongoing military campaign against Hamas that began on October 7, 2023.
Wait, operating in the Gaza Strip on foot? Is that what you think that said?
They were operating within the Gaza Strip.
You're saying that you believe that is telling... No, to be clear, I want to be 100% clear. You're saying that you believe what that sentence is saying is that there were soldiers on the ground operating on October 17th in that area that would have cleaned up all of that evidence. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. You know that's bullshit, right?
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure about that. Israel was not on the ground. Israeli forces were not on the ground at that point. They were doing air. They were doing air operations. They were not on the ground.
Go to the second source base, Joe.
I will in a minute. I'm just researching the first claim about the Al Shifa hospital. Just trying to dispute him here. Yes, Israeli soldiers were operating on the ground near Al Shifa Hospital in Gaza City, October 17, 2023, during the early phase of Israeli military response to the Hamas attack.
This is in the response, though, too, right? Isn't your claim that prior to the Hamas attack they were there?
Yeah, but this was also after too. They were there before and after.
Well, I would understand them being present after they were attacked, right? Is that a controversial thing? Jordan, or am I crazy? Am I like on crack?
No, their first incursion was from the air. Multiple independent intelligence agencies and forensics analyses concluded that the Israeli Defense Forces were not on the ground near Al Ali Hospital and were not responsible for the October 17th, 2023 explosion. Al Ali. Al Ali. We're not talking about Al Shifa. We're talking about Al Ali, October 17th, 2023.
We're talking Al Shifa. That was the hospital they bombed.
We're not talking Al Shifa. Stop trying to change the subject.
Al Shifa was the hospital that they bombed. We're not changing the subject. You're trying to debate from bad faith now, saying we were talking about Al Ali.
Oh my God.
We weren't talking about Al Ali.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I'm gonna kill myself in Minecraft, bro. What? Go look at the article that I posted. What hospital is that?
Which article?
The one that I posted in the side chat. Which hospital is that?
That's about Hannibal Directive. That's you didn't post
No, that's Llama above that.
Oh, yeah, his is above mine.
You're fine, Van Kirk. I got that. I posted about Al Ali, not Al Shifa. I initially said Al Shifa and then I corrected myself.
Yeah, I didn't hear you correct yourself, damn it.
Yeah, but it's the title of the article. That's fine. That's a miscommunication. Fine. I'm talking about Al Ali. Do you remember, right in the very beginning of the war, it came out one morning, everyone was like, Israel bombs a hospital and 500 people die. That's what they said. And then it turned out that was not the case, and that it was a rocket, either from Islamic Jihad or from Hamas, probably from Islamic Jihad, that malfunctioned and fell in the parking lot of the hospital. And that the count of the dead, which I don't think we've ever actually gotten a real number, was nowhere even close to that. And if you look at the damage in the hospital parking lot, there's no fucking shot they were even close to telling the truth about that. UK, Italy, Canada, and France all stated that it was fired from Gaza.
Israel's responsibility He said the Israeli authorities warned the hospital to evacuate hours before the explosion and claimed that no Palestinian resistance faction, to our knowledge, has among its weapons a projectile or rocket that of the destructive power capable of killing a large number of people, as the bomb used in this incident at the hospital, which was a thermite-based explosive, which was made to completely.
I don't know what you're looking at exactly, but if you look at the actual picture of the hospital, you would know that saying that this was a large munition is not the case and not true.
Israeli forces have carried out repeated, apparently.
Bro, you gotta stop. This has been super understood that it was not an Israeli rocket for like a long time now. We shouldn't be even arguing about this. Like, this is really well understood, not just by Israeli sides, but by everybody, pretty much, except for the Gaza Health Ministry, who can't come out and take it back because they'd be caught lying about it. All of the major countries have all acknowledged that it was not Israel, even though at first they came out and criticized them for it when they thought it was.
And America made the bullshit claim that Biden made the bullshit claim that he saw beheaded babies, and that was a falsehood.
Yeah, and who was the one who came out and corrected that?
Yeah, after that.
I'm asking. No. Pause. No. Who came out and corrected it?
The Israeli government.
Answer the question. Yeah.
After the only reason Israel even came out and later, well after the misinformation spread, they only corrected it after they realized, shit, enough people aren't buying our bullshit, and evidence is now showing that this never even happened.
You don't know. It wasn't even them who made the statement, dude. It wasn't even them who made the statement.
It was an Israeli journalist that made the claim, and then
it was a French news organization. By the way, can you tell us why there weren't any recoverable fragments, since we've now established that the IDF was not on the ground there October 17th, 2023? We didn't establish
that at all.
Yes, that's been established. You can't show that on October 17th. Your establishment doesn't... You cannot show that on October 17th, 2023, the IDF was on the ground in Gaza. We all know that because all of you guys were screeching that they should be on the ground and not be bombing people. You remember that? You remember that? Or are we forgetting about that now? Are we forgetting about that?
They were on the ground though.
so then you guys weren't screeching about them being on the ground and doing ground operations instead.
Two things can be true. You know that, right?
So they were on the ground and you guys were complaining that they weren't on the ground.
No, who's you guys? Am I them? Am I the other people?
The pro-Palestinian group, the side or whatever.
Oh, so you're just lumping us all as one unit.
So you weren't saying that.
Doug, you're an Australian. You're an Australian born in Russia. That's a Jew. I don't know what we has anything to do with this. Do you have like family members that are Palestinian that live there?
I have friends who are Palestinian.
Hey, Cosmic.
Fair, but like, I don't know how that's relevant. It's just when you said
I don't know why you asked that question.
Mean, like... Well, no, he said like we as Palestinians. Like, I thought you were.
No, I'm mentioning
yourself.
the fact that because
get me all worked up. I'm choking on a fucking peanut. Damn it.
Hell yeah.
You shouldn't be eating my nuts then.
But then stop putting them in my face, Jesus! I don't want to eat them.
Well, because they're in your face doesn't mean you have to stick your tongue out and lick and go, yum.
Listen, I have ADHD. I have impulse control problems. Okay.
So my nuts smell appealing to you?
It's not like that. It's like when you squish a spider. You have to look.
No, you don't. You just know it. You hear the crunch.
You have to look. You have to look.
You can look without tasting it. Damn.
He's apps.
Well, I can't. I'm pansexual.
Do you pick up the dead spider and put it in your mouth?
Do I pick up the spider and put it in my mouth if it looks particularly tasty?
If you can't tell Jordan,
Cosmic, we're talking Israel-Palestine. And Al-Ali, for God's sake, still. What?
Yeah, we're miscommunication on that part, but if you can't tell, we're both very passionate about this.
Well, yeah, my chat, they all know that I am. I've spent a lot of time on this topic, so. But yeah, I don't even remember why we ended up on this topic in the first place.
Because it all goes back to Israel.
The world revolves around Israel, man.
Which is crazy to me. This tiny little country with a tiny little
tiny
GDP.
little country with so much tiny little influence.
It doesn't have. It doesn't have that much influence.
It has the influence in every country.
I mean, AIPAC isn't even like that big. It's not even like close to the biggest lobbyist group in the United States.
Don't get me started on AIPAC. I've had enough.
I'm sure I shouldn't have brought that up at all.
We haven't had any discussions about it.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about AIPAC. Let's talk about how they.
I'd rather die. I'd rather die. It's like talking about vaccines with like Republicans. That's the level I feel.
I agree with JFK that AIPAC should have been labeled as a foreign agency.
But it's Americans in AIPAC.
Oh yeah, you can't act as if they're patriotic Americans. You know, their loyalties lie with Israel.
Do you think that dual citizenships shouldn't be allowed?
To a degree, but at the same time, when it
comes to a degree,
don't you have like 4 citizenships?
yes, and I agree to a degree that they should not be allowed under most circumstances.
Cosmic says JFK Crazy. Never said that.
JFK, he did, yes.
When did he say that? Can you show me?
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, please. Also, like, everybody goes after lobbyists, but lobbying doesn't change people's mind. Lobbying money goes to people who already agree with you. Like, that's how it works.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our way on lobbying is shit.
I'm just going to read this. Right. In May of 1963, the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations opened an investigation into covert activities of foreign agents on U.S. soil, focusing in particular on the American Zionist Council and the Jewish Agency for Israel. The investigation was prompted by a report from the chairman of that standing committee, Senator J. William Fulbright.
So that's the American Zionist Council. That's not AIPAC.
Hold on. Written in let me finish. Written in March 1961, declassified. In recent years, hold on. Where's the JFK part? Hold on. Let me find it.
Cosmic in chat says he said the American Zionist Council should register as a foreign lobby if it advocates for Israel. Cosmic, I appreciate very much your help, but there was a typo there. Yeah. You know what that means. Sorry, bud. My hands are tied.
Actually America.
Yeah. This is what. Just so you guys know, this is how we treat typos in chat. You're about to see it.
Oh God, do we ban them?
No, of course not. We just clown a little bit. It's all in good fun.
Just so you all know, I'm advocating to get you all banned. I'm just kidding.
I think we use the death penalty.
And let me just warn you, Rotan.
Jesus.
One of the things that stings the most is getting hit with a facepalm from Cosmic, so just be ready. Because I have a feeling he's going to hit you with a facepalm or two.
But yeah, so the original name for AIPAC was that committee that specifically was mentioned.
Oh, and Kurt getting in on it too.
The American Zionist Council, before they became the other one. Yeah, before they rebranded.
Was the American Zionist Council what? AIPAC. Oh, it was. Oh, no, wait, no. Actually, the American Zionist Council was not what AIPAC used to be called. Rather, AIPAC's direct precursor was the American Zionist Committee for Public Affairs, which was funded as a lobbying division within the American Zionist Council before rebranding as AIPAC.
So it's not inaccurate completely.
Not completely inaccurate. But that is a larger organization than AIPAC itself. Now, are you one of those people who thinks that this is what got JFK killed?
Yep.
I think it. No, don't you speak for me, Llama. Let me
I've had this conversation with you. Unless you've changed your mind on this because of new information, then that'd be awesome to hear.
I believe it wasn't the sole reason he got killed, but I believe it had some credit to it. It wasn't entirely. I'm not saying it was entirely. Israel, all this and that. There was many things that people didn't like about JFK, but I would say it was one of the main things.
Because you did it twice in a row for the same word, Cosmic, I'm going to let it slide this time. Many presidents advocated for Americana Zionist Council to register as a foreign lobby.
I mean, that is a word.
Eisenhower.
That's actually a word.
including Eisenhower, but that was because a lot of foreigners donated money. Why wasn't Eisenhower killed? That is a great question.
Well, he wasn't as public.
So that's it?
He was a...
As long as you're not as public about it, you don't... Then Israel doesn't come for you?
It was more so because Dwight D. Eisenhower, the former president, was not as publicly liked, so they could just discredit him.
Okay.
Eisenhower was a bitch. Everyone hated that fucker.
Ooh.
I don't think that's true. What?
Cosmic getting the face bomb. Cosmic, are you free to come up here? I would love to have you come up here for this one, actually. And then Llama, you and I just chill and let Cosmic
just listen.
go.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. Come to the floor, good sir.
I just love those Chinese Muslims and those Africans going to the White House, you know, and making,
why do you keep doing this? You understand there are people who go to the White House more often than Jews do, right?
Oh yeah, it's so memeable though, right? It's the most memeable thing about it. Do you not remember Trump's fucking speech where
do not come? I'm gonna come.
I can't remember when it was.
Yes, Cosmic. I've been doing it for hours the last couple days. I would love to hand it off to somebody who I know will have a fun time and do well with it.
Hold on, but do you remember that speech? That there was a speech that basically Trump, you know, passed the torch after the priest spoke. I can't remember when it was. What event specifically you might remember? Where then the rabbi came up, and within the first like 10 seconds of his speech, he literally started talking about how Israel is good for America and how Israel when it was meant to be a religious speech, not an Israel.
What's the most contentious point? What would you, if Cosmic comes up, Rotund? What would you want to debate with him about vis-a-vis Israel?
One man's contention is another man's complacency. You know, people tend to have
come on. Stop.
what he considers.
That means you'll have the most.
I couldn't do one.
Can you wait? You can hear me, or can you hear them and not me? Jesus. You son of a bitch. Okay, it's No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky froze. You tried to close it. Alright, you can hear me at least. Okay, good. Because I can't hear them. Oh my shit. I ordered my new replacement computer today. So, it's still going to take a little while before it gets here because I have to build it and shit. But it won't be too much longer with this shit, guys. It's going to be probably like less than a month. And then we'll finally not have to deal with this shit anymore. Good God. And Windows Explorer is restarting too. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I'm working on it, bud. Goodness gracious. Okay, okay. It's actually not OBS. It's Prism Live Studio. I like it because it has multicasting built into it. Jeez. No.
That can be the case. There are psycho people that make 100K a year,
hey,
100K an hour.
I have a question for No Man's Sky. Do you play No Man's Sky with controller or keyboard?
Keyboard, but you can play with a controller.
Yeah, why is my controller not working?
Hey, Cinderella. Sounds like a skill issue.
Hell yeah.
And why is there no option in the settings?
No obfuscation from this. I'm gonna pin you down.
No, you can in a minute. You can in a minute. I just need to. I want my controller so I can fucking actually start playing No Man's Sky.
I don't know. I mean, I've played with the controller before. I don't know if I can like help you troubleshoot it because I kind of only play with a keyboard now, so it's been like a really long time since I played with a controller.
Which port are you hooking your USB into that's connecting to the controller?
One of the USB, one of the good ones, the blue ones. I forget what USB 2.0 I think it is.
3.0.
I would just check. I would check multiple of them until you find which one.
Oh, the controller's on. Don't get me wrong. The controller's working.
3.0.
It works.
I have no clue then. But anyways, Rotund. 0.1%. Thoughts?
Hold on. Holy shit! I haven't played No Man's Sky since the 1st of the 5th, 2023.
Anyways, 0.1%.
What are we talking? Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold this.
Okay, I can see the point. Okay, Lamet, the number seems like it would be much higher. And I still don't think that's the complete number on the basis that the CIA doesn't exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, the CIA. You mean our budget? Well, we have a budget designated for the CIA.
Yeah, where's all this disappearing money?
No.
Where's all the disappearing
money? Yeah, can you show me this lost money, quote unquote?
Oh yes, September 11th, 2001.
Why do you have to There's no lost money. What does that have to do with it? About?
We're talking about the United States. Where did the $2 trillion go, Lebowski?
We're talking about no. For the record,
$2 trillion?
Wait. What? Do you think we've given Israel $2 trillion? I
don't understand.
Wait, Rotan, how much money do you think the United States has given? How much money do you think the United States has given to Israel? Unironically, give me your honest feeling on that.
To
like
Israel,
no fooling.
No, give me the number. We looked it up looking at nominal value.
Trillion.
You think we've given Israel 2.6 trillion?
Where is all that money?
I mean, well,
even if it was hey, for the record, even if it was 2.6 trillion, that would still be like less than. It would still be an insignificant number. But still,
compared to like the whole history since 1948. But like, where is all that money being spent in Israel? Like, that doesn't even add up just from looking at what they've spent money on. Oh, I think he means we engaged in the war on terror solely on Israel's behalf. Yeah, got nothing to do with the fact that a bunch of pissed off hijackers destroyed, you know, 2 of our most iconic buildings and killed nearly 3,000 people.
I just posted something in the side channel if you want to watch the video.
I don't want a video. Link me a source.
I don't know if I want to do that. What is this?
Wait, 2.3 trillion missing from the Pentagon.
And then their accounting department was hit.
Wait, I remember this. This was misleading. Hang on.
Wasn't this whole thing like disproven? I went through
this. I remember that this was misleading.
It's misleading, but it hasn't been completely disproven.
Well, then.
Well, but then if it's misleading, well, okay. But what does that mean? Rumsfeld did not reveal the loss of 2.3 trillion a day before 9/11. This is the title of a Reuters article.
So then, what's that video then?
Let's see. Former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld did not reveal that the Pentagon had lost 2.3 trillion the day before September 11, 2001 attacks, contrary to posts shared online that misrepresent his remarks about missing financial audit trails. Missing financial audit trails is not the same as missing money.
Yeah, it was just poor documentation for like bookkeeping. It was bookkeeping errors, unverifiable entries, not cash that disappeared.
I don't know. Let me send a picture.
Rumsfeld says our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. We cannot share information from floor to floor in this building because it's stored on dozens of different technological systems that are inaccessible or incompatible.
And then coincidentally enough, you know, the Pentagon was hit directly in the accounting department.
Wait, coincidentally enough, what does that have anything to do with? Regardless of the department being hit, they would have probably.
Hold on. If you look at the side channel, this is exactly what happened, right?
Wait, there was inundated. They had bad auditing at the time. They had bad record keeping. They had outdated like equipment or outdated like accounting equipment. And conveniently, where does that come in? Like Occam's razor this for a second.
Wait, is that even true that any of that stuff was like lost?
No, none of it was lost. It was literally just all it had to do was like accounting issues.
No, I mean like is that true that
DOD fails their audit every year?
Yeah, they're not even supposed to.
There's no evidence of theft though.
5 to 7 years.
As in terms of fraud, waste, and abuse, that's debatable. Some of it's attributable to things like special access programs or other things. Others, this is just part of the accounting cycle. What?
Yeah.
Australia is trying to say is that therefore,
right?
Therefore, Israel did 9/11.
When you fail an audit every year consecutively for decades, and you can't account for it, yeah, there is a case to be made of where is that, and if you're talking about, but this is nothing new. What he's suggesting is therefore this proves clandestine activities by the CIA.
Oh, correct. Yeah, which I would think is just stupid.
Well, you know,
and
the
Israel.
most transparent agency in history.
That's not.
I mean,
that's
we can
not
go
how.
over Australia's accounting. I mean,
but
you
like,
know your fuckery.
But like Reuters and PolitiFact both disprove the whole 9/11 relation with it.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't.
I don't know how to even.
Forget about 9/11. I'm telling you, every year this happens.
I know.
No, but I'm saying in terms of like the misappropriation or it being stolen.
Hold on, Jordan. Can you please pull this up on stream? This image, please. This one for like a second.
No, I'm not putting that on stream. I'm on YouTube as well. I can't do that. That's
so bad,
TLS.
Dude. No, stop.
Okay. I can't post it. I can't even post it in your chat.
Probably not, because people in here can see that, dog.
What's wrong with the image? You know, it's what actually happened. Don't you know?
No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Funny.
I think it's kind of that's unironically anti-Semitic, by the way.
No,
just so you know.
a heroic Jew sits in the cockpit after rescuing it from hijackers and steers it away to land at the regular airport. A Jew saved the day. You know, there would have been a fourth tower hit, but we saved the fourth tower from being hit.
But you think unironically Israel was responsible for the towers going down to begin with? That's why, like, I wouldn't engage in like casual racisms against a certain group of people with the person who didn't
I
like
wish he
those
was
certain people.
Barcode, but he's not.
You understand that? Like, I wouldn't joke. I wouldn't make like Hispanic or black jokes with a Nazi. I just wouldn't do that. It'd make me uncomfortable.
Well, fuck those Nazis. Punch them in the face. Hang them.
In a video game.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
I mean, they're entitled to their
in Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's actually funny because they have those KKK dudes in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, which you can set on fire conveniently.
You can do a lot of fun things with those guys.
And in the video game Mafia 3.
Oh, I haven't played that. I've heard it's good.
I think the best Wolfenstein's probably the best if we're talking about
you
doing
get to
shit
kill
to people.
You get to kill the shit out of the KKK in America.
And
help the Black
in
Panthers.
a video game.
In the video game, video game, Mafia 3.
I'm just being extra careful because of all of the fucking Israel did 9/11 talk. That is a good question. Cosmic wants to know who you think killed Diana.
I honestly have no idea. There is so many different factors involved, and honestly, for this one thing, right? The information is genuinely muddied. That some sources say it was paparazzi. Some sources say it was the CIA. Some sources say yes, it was the Mossad. You know, but
I have a question. Do you ever think somebody? Yeah, do you ever think somebody dies, like, by accident or because they just got killed by an assassin? Like, is that ever the case? Or is that never the case?
We're talking about Princess Diana, right? Like the...
Yeah.
Back in, the 90s? She died in a car accident, right?
Yeah, because it was apparently...
But it was a spooky car accident.
But her driver was, like, drunk, wasn't he?
Paul McCartney killed Diana.
Wasn't her driver, though, also drunk or something? Like, there was a lot to it.
No, I thought they got T-boned.
Yeah, they got T-boned trying to get away from, and that resulted in them hitting the wall and dying. It was because of paparazzi, ultimately.
Yeah. But either way, it was a car accident. Wait, I'm like...
It was a car accident.
Yeah, hey, Llama, you're thinking of the Mandela effect.
Was her driver
it was a car accident.
drunk that was driving away? Toxicology.
Hey Jordan, do you know when...
I remember my grandma saying that. Maybe I'm on, like, crack right now.
What's your question, Rotan?
No, do you know when Nelson Mandela died? Don't with Llama, right? Do you know when Nelson Mandela died?
Yeah, like 10-ish years ago or something. Not that long ago.
Yeah, 2014. 2014, but millions of people around the world have vivid memories of him dying by being shot.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I never had that thought, because how the fuck would he have been president of South Africa if he died in prison?
True. Also, her driver, Henry Paul, was in fact twice the legal limit per his toxicology report.
Not but he was to be drunk.
Skilled driver, he was twice the legal limit. What do you mean? Be skilled. You can be as skilled driver as you want to be, but Jesus.
If you're fucking
did they ever release the autopsy of her?
Did they release the autopsy? Do they have to do that?
I don't.
Was there like a criminal investigation that involved this?
I don't think they had to do that.
Yeah, if there's no criminal investigation, they should. Why? You think that her medical...
December 2013.
You think that her, whatever it would be called, the next of kin is required and should have to present, like, the medical stuff involving their person that died? That should be forced?
Also, by the way, one more thing, by the way. Also, October 6th, Tyler Robinson, the second court appearance.
Nice.
What? Wait, what? Oh, October 6th?
October 6th.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why couldn't it have been on October 7th? That way people can just blame Israel.
I don't know. Because that's not how they choose court dates.
Well, I understand that there was an investigation or inquest into her death, Cosmic, but like there wasn't anyone that was actually prosecuted for it, right?
Well, I'm
Specifically.
sure somebody got in trouble. Oh well, no, they all died in the car, right?
I was gonna say,
Jordan,
so
what
in that
difficulty are you
case,
playing
there
on?
would be no who would have the standing, I guess. Like, or I mean,
Yeah.
who would you even bring the suit up against at that point?
My favorite
And then
collective
there would
puzzle
never
game.
be a need for her. There would never be a need for her autopsy to be in any
Mine's the
discovery.
Berenstain Bears.
Wait, Jordan, are you playing on normal?
Yeah, I think so. Not like permadeath. Fuck permadeath.
Oh,
I'm trying to enjoy this game, not hate myself. Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Alright, what's going on in the news, chat? Catch me up on shit. What should we talk about? What's going on?
Oh, did you watch that video I sent about the French president?
Did I? Which one was that?
Hold on. I'll post it in the side channel. Basically, I believe that Trump did this on purpose.
Emmanuel Macron calls Trump after being blocked. Let's see. I really want to get the soundbite of him. What was it exactly that he said? It can only good be. What was it that he said exactly?
I don't recall.
It can only... What was the exact quote? It's so funny when he was talking about the Tylenol.
Oh, kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a snub where basically Macron was made to walk in the it was basically made to wait in the streets of New York without any adequate protection from the U.S. Secret Service or any of that, while the foreign diplomat is on their territory.
It can only good happen for you. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
The only good.
I need to get that. I need to get that soundbite. All right, let's see.
Oh, so people are pointing to the connection between Dr. Oz Mehmet and...
Hang on, I'm watching the video.
I'm sorry,
I'm watching the
I'm
video.
really sorry. It's just that everything's in frozen right now. There's a border kick coming right. That's why.
Oh, sorry. If you don't see it, let me cross. I negotiate with you.
No, this is not that.
How are you? Guess what? I'm waiting in the street because everything is frozen for you.
One. Are you sorry? That's because I one good thing you know so.
I don't know, it's still 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But I would love if we can... Yeah, I know, I will follow. But you know, after I would love if we can have a short discussion with Qatar.
Qatar.
Because...
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
I don't know if that's on me.
I need that. I need that on my soundboard. What are we going to replace? Which sound are we going to replace with this? Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Like, but it's funny, right? That the funny thing about it though is he called the cops bosses.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Soundboard. What do I want to get rid of? Do we need the keep yapping, man? I feel like we do.
Keep yapping, man.
That's a good one.
I need to get some emotes made myself, and soundboard would be cool.
Soundboard. Server settings. Soundboard. I'm gonna get rid of the cock-a-doodle-doo. I'm Donald Trump. We don't. It's a good one, but we don't ever use it. No, I'm gonna add. Then nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. Open. Okay. Okay, upload. There we go. Now we have it on the soundboard. Beautiful.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Lovely.
It's so good.
So good. So amazing.
And so very gay.
It can only good happen.
You know what, Jordan? You can watch me play my game if you want to watch.
I mean, I'm kind of on stream right now, so maybe later. Maybe later.
Oh yeah, but people are putting the links to the whole shit about Tylenol. People are pulling the links that Dr. Oz is connected to a company that sells some type of supplement that specifically.
Yeah, I remember
like
reading about that.
iHerb.
Somebody said
20%
that
of the company of iHerb.
I mean, it's interesting. But as always, like, you never know what the real issue
And apparently,
is.
according to
Apparently,
the
the HHS. Oh, what is this visual issue going on right now? Apparently, HHS was like, Donald went off the reservation with that one. We didn't want him to talk about it the way that he did.
Yeah, well, apparently, right, a bunch of senators are buying a lot of shares in iHerb now.
What's iHerb?
The company that sells supplements. I forget what it's called. Fuck, I was looking at it earlier. I can't actually remember what it's called.
Well, you know, like, oh shit, never mind.
What?
Nothing. I was just gonna go on a real bad faith tirade.
Uh-oh.
You know what, Llama? You should play some No Man's Sky with us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I forgot. I apologize.
Alright, chat. Tell me shit to look at. What's going on? What did I miss the last couple of days?
Pornhub.com.
No.
True. Based.
What's going on with the Online Safety Act?
I don't know.
Go look into what's going on with the Online Safety Act. I haven't actually heard much about it lately.
Like, here or Australia?
Yes, what earned. I reside in Australia, yes.
Oh, fuck! Well, I couldn't fucking see. That was bullshit.
Oh, I think you're gonna get a kick out of Star Citizen.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've played it a little bit. And, like, I know what the deal is. I get the gist.
You know what to do, motherfucker? I'm still struggling to figure out what to do.
Well, like, I haven't played it enough where, like, aquatic landing technology. Oh, fuck, this planet is really annoying. I can't see a goddamn thing here.
Oh, it's so hazy.
Yeah.
What's hazy?
This planet.
That planet.
Is that really a haze?
It's something. My one. Oh wait. Fuck. Trump's UN thing. How'd you feel about his UN speech address or whatever?
Pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Do you like that he's pushing climate denialism, climate change denialism? I thought that was awesome. That was my favorite part of it.
Yeah. You were pleased.
So very pleased.
So good. Really lovely.
Atlas Pass, by the way.
What's a what?
The Atlas Pass.
The Atlas Pass?
I don't know
It's like a little thing you can use to unlock locked.
So it's not something pay to win?
No. You craft it.
It sounds like a microtransaction, honestly.
It is not a microtransaction. You craft it and it lets you open like
Hold on, there's
locked
exosuit now?
Yeah.
What?
There's lots of
fuck have I
there's
missed?
quite a few exocraft actually in general.
What the fuck have I missed, man?
A lot.
Fuck me.
There's ship interiors now. You build these corvettes. Storm clearing. Alright.
Dun 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 dun.
There's 9 protective casings? Jesus.
I honestly might go make my room and go yell at people.
Oh yeah? I might join you then.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, go and be anti-Semitic, Llama. We know you want to be anti-Semitic.
What?
What?
Yeah, we just admit how much you hate Jews. That's why you don't want to be here.
Well, you know what? I'd actually would say in response to that. That Russia has always been an imperialist aggressor.
You are definitely anti-Semitic. That is anti-Semitic to say.
All Russians support Putin's wars, just so you know, all of them.
Because don't you know the Soviet Union was founded by a bunch of Zionist Jews?
Russian schools just teach propaganda. That's all they teach.
Are you hitting us with the Elders of Zion fucking bullshit?
Which version? The original or the edited?
Either.
No, they're not the same. One was an original piece. The other one was basically edited and re-released and made to look like it was, worse than what the original was.
I'm sure you probably read this on some very reputable websites.
Why do you know why do you instantly think of that book, that the Soviet Union wasn't founded by a bunch of Jews? It was.
Because it wasn't.
You know, Palestinians never had a state anyway, so I don't know why we would care.
They didn't even have a national identity.
Yeah. Every time that you do a bad faith, I'm gonna do one right back.
Hey,
Got like
you're
20
the
more
one
in
who's
the
always
tank.
bad face.
When you said that I'm gonna be anti-Semitic when I want to go debate conservatives.
Yeah, that's anti-Semitic. Don't you know conservatives? That's everyone. Israel.
There's like famously a huge, I don't know how big the group is, but there's a good amount of people on the right that don't like Israel. There was actually a pretty famous example of this just happening, like recently with Candace Owens and like the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
It's like why that whole thing collapsed. So I don't know why you would say that, but that's
Taylor
okay.
Green doesn't like Israel very much either.
Nick Fuentes, you want me to keep giving you examples of notable right-wing figures?
Daniel Lickmedick, how you going?
Liddick. Oh, he's gone. Why'd he leave? Why'd you leave?
He left. He left. Oh, he's back.
Daniel Lickmedick, how you going?
Well, I smelled the foul stench of Soviet Russian propaganda.
There we go.
Oh, Daniel's a communist. God damn.
Oh, damn it.
Is he?
Daniel is the opposite of a communist.
Oh no, heck no,
That's what I
better
said,
dead than
thank you.
red.
Oh, over there. Over there. There's
So
a
do you
peanut. I
agree
dropped a
with me,
peanut.
Daniel,
Go eat
that
it.
the Soviet Union was founded by a bunch of Jews?
No, that's,
No, he does not.
That is absolutely not true at all.
So fake. Yeah, I was.
Not even close to true. He is a
Stalin was
capitalist,
Jew,
true Cosmic.
Marx was a Jew, Lenin was a Jew, many of the top high command were Jews.
Yeah, also not
You just say
provable
two
at all.
separate leaders from like different time periods.
This
Yeah,
is absolutely not proven at all.
You're not proven.
What?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've got a really banging meme though about this.
Not on
What's
me right
the-
now, no. I'm too busy distracted by No Man's Sky and how different it is from when I last played it.
It is very different. All right, get into the Daniel. Drop the knowledge.
Drop the soap. Let's go.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm waiting for you to drop the soap, baby.
Well, you know, the Bolshevik the Bolshevik Jew myth is absolutely a myth.
Go.
Stalin was among many in the Soviet Union who actually perpetuated the myth using basically an epithet that Jewish people. He used the term rootless cosmopolitans as a way to discriminate against them. There absolutely was not. Now Trotsky, he was. But even Trotsky was he tried as much to hide his history that he was Jewish as possible. But as for Lenin and Stalin, that's, all this stuff gets into the murky territory.
A lot of history does. As the old saying goes, he who wins the war will write the history books in their favor.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
not really that correct if you look at the fact that in America, though,
don't take Tylenol.
We pretty extensively teach the history of how we
nothing bad can happen.
Shit
it
on
can
the Native
only good
Americans
happen.
here when we first came.
Your people used to
pretty
teach
extensively,
and then it's kind of changed up.
We still teach that. We still teach the Trail of Tears. We still teach the Trail of Tears. We still teach like the pivotal moments in our history.
Give it 6 months.
What? You just said rewritten by the winners.
Hold on. Give it 6 months, and Trump's going to have it mandated that you have to basically teach how the Native Americans, they attacked the Americans, and the Americans fought back to defend themselves, and it was justified in every way, and just like how slavery was good, and how they were openly removing,
Are you going to just keep
anti-slavery arguments?
I don't know how to even respond to this. It's just like, you're not even responding to like the point I made.
Also, remod me on Kick, Llama.
Wait, I just want a response to what I said.
Continue your point.
You said history is written by the winners. I don't like when people say that, especially in reference to America, for example, because if that were the case, we would have absolutely crushed any teaching of like the history of what we did to the Native Americans, and we have not done that. It's actually a pretty well-known thing what we do, and we make it very clear to teach that.
It's not wrong.
Oh shit, I need sodium, fuck.
Tylenol does not prevent assassination by a Mexican communist.
Based.
I am dying by toxic damage, shit.
Oh. You gotta get your toxic protection working. You gotta add some
I know,
I
I'm running to get sodium, because I just started to get my new sodium.
So, scan with C, and it'll tell you nearby sodium.
I know
units.
I know, man, I know.
Well, it's just you're saying you're dying, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm dying, because I'm I'm dying because of road stupidity.
You know, there was only one or two things that I think that Trump actually had a point on in his UN speech, besides the rest being hogwash.
What is that?
Well, the fact that for the first time on an international platform in the UN, that Trump called out Russia, and he also said that Russian planes that are invading NATO airspace should be shot down, which is based.
Yeah. But he's only doing that because, Putin did, he's hand of the, Krasnov's hand of the fucking Trump, but Krasnov's hand of the Putin didn't just say, you know what, we will end the war in Ukraine for you.
But we knew that was going to happen eventually, and that he was going to
It's more so just pettiness at that point.
But who cares, as long as he does it. Yeah, look, with Trump, I'll take what I can fucking get.
I really don't care if he's just doing it out of pettiness. As long as he's willing to encourage support of Ukraine to kick the Russians out, that's fine with me.
Hey, fuck Ukraine. I stand by my ground.
Why?
Jesus. If you say fuck Ukraine, I literally care so little about what you ever have to say about Israel Palestine. I think you're genuinely a demon at that point.
Hold on, there's a lot of misinformation when it comes to both.
God.
It's not just one side.
This is the guy who's constantly spouting conspiracy theories about Israel. going, there's a lot of misinformation from that. I mean, like,
yes.
You're so just.
What are we supposed to think?
You're just an ideologue. There's nothing.
The poor
serious
innocent
about it.
Russians, you know, it's such a shame that their tanks just happen to coast into neutral over the border of Ukraine, Armenia, Georgia, you know, all these different countries where they don't belong.
I'm Russian, so first and foremost, so I do have to stand by my country.
No, you don't. What?
No, you don't.
There's.
Well,
you're,
actually, you know what?
I have a
what?
question.
Some people,
Like, you've lived in Russia, right?
Yes.
For how long?
Well, I was born there many years.
Too long.
Do you like have a number?
Many years. I'd rather not give the exact number, but many years.
Okay.
What?
So probably more than me, but I lived there for 4 years as well in my childhood. So I feel attachment to the country very strongly. I grew up around Russian people when I was younger. I spent a lot of time there. That doesn't change the fact that I have a big issue with what they're doing in Ukraine.
Yeah, I don't get war is a terrible thing when it comes to this. When it's an actual war involving two actual armies who have actual military backing and actual funding.
All of the couching.
You know, here's the thing.
Israel's killing primarily civilians.
That's.
And so is
I don't
Russia.
know where you get those numbers from.
No, they're not. Russia's not openly just killing civilians.
Yes, they are. The siege of Mariupol? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
they razed 93% of that city.
Yeah, one city compared to Israel raising multiple cities.
No. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
You don't even know
That's
how big
it's a lot more people.
Mariupol is. In the city of Mariupol alone, the civilian death count is estimated at least 88,000, which is way more than in the entirety of the Gaza.
And that's a very rough estimate, not a.
A rough
estimate?
estimate?
Well, of course, it's a very rough estimate.
And then, but you're going to claim to have knowledge
area.
of the estimates in Palestine and then be dismissive of the estimates in
There's a
Ukraine?
lot more coverage over that.
There's so much. What?
From
There's
the
no
same guy
coverage on-
who's saying there's no journalists allowed in? Can we be consistent, please?
People openly fucking
Jesus.
moved on from the Ukraine, schlop.
What? I'm gonna be honest with you, Rotan. I'm gonna be honest with you, Rotan. This makes me like super have no respect for you. Like this the way in which you're talking about Ukraine, Russia, when you purport to care about stuff like this in like terms of Israel, Palestine, and then you be so dismissive, and for you to be so dismissive about the Ukraine, Russia thing, I think to me shows.
It's a very different.
It's just not a.
Just remember.
And the other one isn't a
remember.
complex situation?
Yeah.
It is
Just
a
remember,
very
it all
deeply
means-
different and complex situation involving two opposing armies, and we do not have all the numbers.
I'm sorry.
No. The complex situation is that Russia forgot how to read a map. That's the complex situation, my friend.
If you can't tell, I'm satirizing right now and openly.
No, I
using
can't
the
tell.
Israeli
I
logic.
can't.
I'm using the damn Israeli logic.
No, there's no using the Israeli logic. We're asking you how you feel about this particular thing right now, and if you don't want to give a serious answer.
But the thing is, you're unironically right. They are different situations, but not in the way you think.
Yeah. So for instance, let's just be frank. So with Ukraine, there is no Ukrainian soldiers.
Hey! I did
Nice
one of your
one.
jokes. Ha ha!
I'm gonna charge you for that.
You can't because I did it all by my lonesome. All right, go ahead. What
I
were you
was
saying?
actually going to make that joke as well.
Nice.
So I mean, when you look at it, there were no Ukrainians who poured over into the Russian border to start things off, who went ransacking Russian villages, kidnapping, killing, maiming civilians, then bringing them back to Kyiv with some Bollywood production of people dancing in the streets while people were paraded in pickup trucks. They're half-naked dead bodies. So there is some difference here. There also is interesting the methods that are used by Russian soldiers and the methods that are used by Hamas fighters are very similar. They both engage in decapitations. castrations of their prisoners.
Decapitations where? Show me evidence for that one for the Palestine. Decapitation. Where the
No, there just wasn't evidence of 40
so there's
of
video.
them.
So you happen to miss the fact that there were Thai workers there, and they happen to end up losing their neck to a shovel. So that's on video.
And you have 100% clear evidence that was done by Palestinians?
Yeah, because it's on video.
It wasn't done by Israelis.
Well, how do we know that?
Yikes.
Sorry.
How do we know? How do we know it wasn't aliens?
Daniel, I forgot to mention it's actually everything was the Israelis. Just FYI.
No,
That's
a mischaracterization.
It's such a perfect mischaracter. It's a perfect characterization though that perfectly
It's a perfect
encapsulates and
characterization
embodies
because
you.
Everything is what about? You pivot more than Ross with the couch on Friends.
Pivot?
Oh,
You pivot more than JD
Great
Vance
reference.
on
Who's
the couch.
pivoting? Wait, who of us is pivoting?
No one's pivoting.
Yeah, like we haven't. I've been
that.
pretty consistent in my point of view. I've been very clear too that there are a lot of real conversations to have about the issue with Israel and Palestine.
To be honest, I've
but
also
like
been incredibly.
we can't have those
incredibly-
conversations when we're talking about like these crazy unfounded conspiracies. Like there's nowhere to go if we're stuck on that stuff. Because I'm happy to have the conversations about legitimate criticisms of Israel's behavior and like discuss those things, but we can't even get there.
Yeah, and
Because
the thing
we're in
is, it's
conspiracy
like everything
land.
has to be serious. Everything is serious and taken everything literally. In the situation with Israel, Palestine, and with Russia and Ukraine, it's all a meme. Ha ha ha! How do we know for sure? Yeah.
It's pretty gross considering like how horrible it has been for the Ukrainian people.
Even the Palestinians.
Like you have no,
Well,
you're
here's the thing.
like you're yeah, and the Palestinian people. Sure, I'm not gonna
It's
say
terrible
it's
on both sides.
no, but you
Well,
unless you were
where is
100%
it? What's so
memeing,
terrible on the? Just to be clear, what do you think has been so terrible on the Ukrainian side? Like, what is it that they've done that was so terrible?
Well, the fact is the Ukrainian military kidnapped some people into the volunteer bus.
Oh God! So it's
So
not
you
even
mean
no criticisms for
enforcing?
Russia.
Just to be clear, you mean enforcing their draft?
Against unwilling people who clearly, abducting them when they're with their children.
Which, to be clear, Russia is doing as well.
And other
Yeah,
countries,
but
They
people
do the
too.
exact
when
same
people
thing.
are walking down the
And not
street,
just
you're
their
gonna
own
see a
people
Russian-
either, other
Yeah,
countries'
there's
people.
videos of the same thing. I mean, you can be standing in Red Square in Moscow and arrested for holding up a blank piece of paper in protest. That's on video too.
A lot of countries tend to do that.
What?
Oh, really? What? Really? Name some.
Wait, no, hang on. Let's say that's even true. Does that mean it's okay?
Oh no.
Okay, so then what was the point of saying that?
It's out of realization, but if you haven't noticed, I'm very consistent with my views.
No, you're not.
I mean, he is, but the problem is the
Well, towards
consistency.
Israel, I guess.
Yeah, hang on. The consistency is a consistency in the, like, not in a good way. The consistency is, my consistent view is that Israel is the fault of everything. The kind of consistency I would like is a consistent, rational deconstruction of factual evidence. That's what I would like. Just
remember the
we
key
can
thing. I wouldn't be a
establish
human if
the
I didn't
reality
agree
that
with
we're
that.
both in, and have a real discussion about the problems that exist in, say, Israel, Palestine, or Russia and Ukraine, because that's a conversation that's actually interesting to me. But it, like this constant, like denial of like, who's at fault for certain things. Like we can't even get to that discussion because I'm sitting here having to explain that no, Israel did not cause October 7th or like invite October 7th to happen.
In order to be able to quote unquote genocide Arabs
genocide Palestinians.
for expansionist reasons that you purport is why that. But anyways,
For its own version of Manifest Destiny, Greater Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like that speech, the speech that Putin had written down from about 4.5, 5 years ago, where he said that the peoples of Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia are all one identity, Russian. Or I mean, if we want to go back a little bit,
much like Lama, I am a patriot, right? Slava Z.
I know there was a lot. There was a lot of. There was a lot of patriotic Germans in World War II.
Wait, which one are you a patriot to exactly, though? To Russia? Don't you also hold American citizenship?
Yeah.
And Australian citizenship?
Yeah, so like, why Russia over the others?
I just find Russian culture to be more superior to that compared to America.
What does that mean?
Australia.
When you say superior,
China, I would hold China second.
Because I don't really
culture.
look at. Hang on, just to be clear, I don't really look at cultures as superior or inferior, except for Brazilian culture. That's the most inferior.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I
You
wouldn't be
Argentinian.
human if I didn't have hypocrisies or contradictions. Every human has contradictions.
Well, we're pointing out your inconsistencies here, though. At least I am.
Every human has an inconsistency. Every human.
Because I think it's pretty
I
disgusting.
love that. I'm liking
the
the Spanish laugh in chat, Van Kirk. It's appreciated. Thank you.
Lama, you are patriotic to a fault.
To a fault? Yeah, tell me where I'm not willing to call it America for America's wrongdoings. Tell me.
The Iraq War.
What do you want me to call out specifically in regards to that?
Say it was wrong, and I'll say the Russia's aggression towards Ukraine is wrong.
Yeah, I don't think the Iraq War. Didn't the justification for the Iraq War is there was weapons of mass destruction?
I understand that
claims.
some people have made you believe that, but
Sorry, you guys
having
do
been to both places, you're wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. The invasion of Iraq was based on unjustified.
Cool. Yeah, it wasn't cool, but I don't.
It was, yeah.
I don't necessarily think that. I don't know. I don't think it was cool how long it was.
Do we think Saddam?
Yes.
Do we think Saddam should still be in power now? Is that like our thought?
Okay, so this is going to be very complicated answer, right? Well, sure, he was a terrible fucking human. He was a subhuman.
I think we can all agree on that.
But if he had have stayed in power, there wouldn't have been a massive power vacuum, which wouldn't have allowed for the rise of ISIS. It wouldn't have allowed for the region to split into so much bullshittery, and it would have been much more stable than it is.
Do you think?
I unironically think this is all Russian. I'm sorry.
Do you think there could have been a way to remove him from power without that being the case? Because I'm sure there could have. So if you were to ask me, like, if how we went about regime change in Iraq wasn't the best to allow for, like, for no vacuum of power that would be filled by groups like ISIS, I would say, yeah, obviously we could have done it better. But to just outright say things would have been better if Saddam was still in charge, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think it. I don't know if it would have been better.
He gassed so many of the Kurds. I mean, it's like.
Yeah.
We have no way of knowing how the situation would have unfolded. It could have been better. It could have been worse.
Perhaps.
No.
It's an unfalsifiable claim.
So I would not fight in Ukraine. No, I don't feel like getting taken out while I'm taking a shit, by a drone.
Well, you know what they say.
What am I even doing here right now?
No.
What do they say?
Play stupid games and win stupid prizes.
Oh, I know that one.
I do know that one too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Fuck around and find
no
out.
one would be,
Fafo.
no one would be getting taken out by a drone while they're sitting on the crapper if they weren't there in the first place. So that's on them.
Base.
Not necessarily.
Huh?
Yeah, it is.
By definition. But...
It's very,
Wait, what do you mean? They invaded Ukraine.
For a country to strike inside another country.
You think Ukraine was going to be the one to strike inside of Russia first?
Duh.
You said no?
Keep in mind.
I said duh.
Duh? Where was any evidence of that, like, even remotely going to happen?
Please. Love to see it. I'm here for it.
The potentiality that could have happened, yes.
Remember, this was sort of like
okay. There's a potentiality that I could grow a third testicle, but it's probably not going to happen.
Well, not in this lifetime, no.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about
I
Ukraine
am now in
invading
space.
Russia,
Hallelujah!
too.
I have finally gotten to space.
There you go. What does Rotund think about Euromaidan?
Euromaidan? Why do you want to know? Why are you asking that question? Huh?
Van Kirk, why are you asking?
In before evil Victoria Newland donuts.
You mean the obvious fucking CIA operation?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Dude, like, it's just so crazy to me, like, how far conspiracies have proliferated on the left now. Like, that used to be, like, a pretty far right.
I don't even know if a base Jew even is on the left, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What was that, Llama?
I don't even know if you are on the left, I'm gonna be 100% real with you, dog.
Well, it's more of the
I am let me lay out my beliefs so I can make it clear. I am right-wing authoritarian, but not on the side of the Nazis. I hate Nazis.
You are right-wing
authoritarian.
You're trolling.
So you like fascism?
I mean, fascism without the Nazi aspect. You know, without fascism, without basing on racial.
So you want a benevolent dictator?
No, I feel like this isn't a real answer.
No, that is.
Yeah. You think that there is like a benevolent dictator that can
without
exist?
basing your entire ideology on racial segregation and racial attacks.
Do you think that there can be a benevolent dictator?
Well, yeah, obviously, if he's right-wing authoritarian.
That's the whole point of it, then. I just think that it's so unfounded in, like, all of human history throughout all time.
Much of human history has been authoritarian right-wing.
And look how well it's turned out.
And look how much we progressed when we stopped doing that. As like
America!
Maybe we should just go back to the feudal caste system. Maybe that'll work.
Cringe.
You mean like Russia now?
Do you think that's gonna turn out better for you? Do you think you're gonna be a lord or a serf?
I would be a lord.
You are a little
feudalist.
You're a feudalist cuck. You're a feudalist cuck.
This is the thing, though.
No, I don't want feudalism. That's what you want.
Throughout the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union, and now even with the Russian Federation, it's never let go of the serf-czar system mentality. So anything that the czar wants, the quote-unquote leader of the time, the czar gets.
What the czar wanteth, the czar getteth.
It feels like he dove into irony and can't get back to the sincere surface. Van Kirk,
do you think if we had been in like an authoritarian right system, we would have ended up with all these nice video games and fun things for us to play, and all of these cool platforms for us to have discussions on?
Humanity would probably be healthier on the basis that you would have people wouldn't be sitting down all fucking day.
Window fall simulator.
I mean, I'm a liberal. I believe in the freedom to be a dumbass and make stupid choices.
Yeah, command economies,
just remember, that is
are
correct,
antithetical
the
to what I want.
USSR made Tetris.
I don't know what that has anything to do with what we're talking about right now.
Authoritarianism works. See, the USSR made Tetris.
Yeah,
one guy in the
USSR.
Wait, no. Hang on. To be clear, one guy in the USSR made Tetris. Tetris became popular because it was sold in the West.
Oh, based. And also, I don't know if Tetris
yeah, I mean,
for
all the success of Tetris, I mean,
I didn't even see that you said that, Van Kirk. My bad. I was just
you can go across
to,
any of the countries that were in the USSR, and people had problems with bread lines, shops running out of meats and foods. We're
gonna get some of those bread lines in New York soon. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, he's so upset.
That was a reference to.
Yeah, the government-run grocery stores, bro. What do you want?
He's not a commie.
Then what is he doing government-run grocery stores for?
He made some bad statements when he was trying to be popular.
Yeah.
When he was trying to get political power. I mean, at one point, Kamala Harris said she wanted to ban all assault rifles. Do you really think that's a Kamala Harris position?
No. And he's not going to be able to do that either.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do it, nor will he even. Maybe he'll try.
Wait, what did you say?
Just remember, people make all kinds of promises to get elected. What's next? He's going.
No, I know. I mean, like he did say that, but I am kind of memeing a bit. I don't think he's actually going to be.
Imagine if people are right. He actually does institute Sharia law.
Wait, did he never said that? That's not something that he said.
People have been saying that he's going to.
Yeah, because they're racist.
But imagine just for a second if that was true. That America, the New York would be the safest place on earth.
No. The
What?
reason why people think that is because
unless you're a woman.
No. Do you know what the Sharia is? Like not the shitty Sharia that you see in ISIS.
We're hitting that. Oh god, that tasty no true Scotsman. I love it.
You fucking. I'm gonna admit, you are very quick on your feet.
Thank you.
You're also more humorous than Llama is. Yeah, you get heated, but Llama doesn't take jokes as well. He takes him a minute to calm down.
Calm down. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing annoys me more is when somebody tries to tell me what my state of mind is based off the way in which I'm speaking. That does annoy me.
I'll tell you, I am in a New York state of mind. Hey.
In New York.
State of mind.
I mean, doesn't the U.S. Army do that as well, Cosmic?
Concrete jungle, wet dreams.
So I pay people, which is why there's less discount and people sign up bonus, death and action bonus, and a salary for I mean, yes, for certain things, but the idea that it's going to be like higher than other salaries. Unless you're in like a mercenary group. I mean, maybe if you're in like a mercenary group, but no. Most people who go into the army, they're not like coming out really well off. They get free school and free like medical care and all that stuff, and that's really good. And that's why they sign up, but like they're not getting like huge salaries or anything.
You know, in some of the outlying territories in Russia where people had lost their relatives in the war, some people were getting sacks of potatoes and sacks of fish. They weren't even getting the lada.
You can make a vodka with that, man.
What would you rather have? By the way, Base Chew, the current Russia we have now, or like, I don't know, USSR Russia?
I would definitely not like to live under the old Russia, no, definitely not the USSR. I mean, yeah, order and stability would be nice, but I also don't want to have to deal with, risking being informed on by the fucking KGB because I decided to say, oh, I'm not a fan of the picture of Stalin.
Well, that's good, buddy. That's progress.
I don't think
so. I mean, you sort of got the same thing.
Putin isn't rounding people up just for saying, "Hey, Putin, you look."
He got it.
Show me the gulag.
Well, we can't because they've been disappeared, my dog.
Yeah, dog. Well, if that's the case, all the arguments.
Show you the body
like,
of a disappeared person.
Yeah, and at that point, if that's the argument,
how am I supposed to do that if they're disappeared?
True. Also, all the shit that you say about Israel that requires conspiracy to some extent where you can't prove it, I would just say the same thing to you on that. I'm just gonna. Do you want me to start hitting you with the show me, provide me proof?
You already fucking do that, Llama.
I only try. In my defense, I only try to do that with positive claims. I don't try to do that with negative claims because that's.
Llama does it with both positive and negative, and that's something.
Do I though?
Well, I don't. I mean, like I haven't spent.
Give me an example on a negative claim, I guess.
Russia can't print money
fast enough. Go back to our earlier interactions.
No, don't say go back to our earlier interactions. I want you to give me an example. It should be pretty easy if I just do it constantly.
You would like some proof of your positive claim?
Yeah.
You mean the WMD? You mean the WMD claims? Specifically, when we opened, me and two other people provided you information about the, it was actual documents, and they openly said this and this and this, and you were like, oh, so prove it. No, that's not right. I read this one.
Out of curiosity,
that means everything there.
Out of curiosity, how is that a negative claim?
I just realized I'm not in the mentality to do debating right now.
I'm always in the debating mentality, nonstop.
Yeah, that
never stops.
I'm a debate pervert.
My spoons are very low right now.
Son. Okay. Well, I do respect the spoon system. You kind of just said the magic words with me. I'm not being sarcastic.
Llama, do you have a special spoon?
Nope.
What about you, Jordan?
A special spoon? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that.
Or a special fork, like a special fork that you.
Oh, like an autism spoon.
Yes.
No, actually, I don't. That's one of my least tism-y things. Is silverware.
In that way, I'm not.
No cups.
I'm more.
No.
My tism is more
no.
My tism is more the when I had a substitute teacher in school that would throw my entire day off.
Ooh.
That was my tism.
Yeah.
But that was before I was on Adderall. So once I got that prescribed to me, everything kind of worked itself out.
My I guess this one's more ADHD. I remember one time before I was medicated, I was in kindergarten and I was very disruptive in class. And my kindergarten teacher got real mad with me one time, and she's from New Zealand, and she grabbed me by the shirt. She called me a pea brain, and then I was like, "Your breath smells like cookies." And I always thought that was the funniest fucking thing because she was getting all fucking mad at me for being disruptive, and my only response was that her breath smelled like cookies.
She was eating
The
cookies.
trick is that there is no spoon.
So she wasn't sharing the cookies.
She was not sharing the cookies with the class.
You know,
but if I had cookies, she would have been like, "Did you bring enough for the class?"
Exactly.
The cookies are a lie.
Hold on. Did you ever
Cake is a
hear
lie.
her say? Did you ever hear her say deck?
Did I ever hear her say what?
The word deck.
D-E-C-K.
Dick.
Dick?
Yes.
She's a New Zealander. Yep. That's how they say it. They say, "on the dick."
Just don't let them fool you. They are just as racist as people in Australia.
I was not thinking that. I was not thinking about that, so thank you.
When it comes to New Zealanders, they always like priding themselves on how they're not racist, but if you actually take a look at them, how they treat their natives,
That's
and how
funny.
they treat and their brown people.
You know,
they
I
get
always
really
think that when someone's telling me that how not racist they are, that means they're not racist. You seen the sketch about New Zealanders selling cock for their dick? That's funny.
Bad. That was an ad.
That is funny. You like a piece of
I'm gonna
spotted
give you a
dick,
show.
pizza?
I'm gonna post a show in the side channel. You should watch.
Who?
It's an Australian show that is still very popular.
All right, I'll pull that up later for sure. So I want to do more politics stuff. Chat, bring up something politics.
Actually, don't pull that up on screen. I just realized it's got a bits of nudity in it.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. Can't do it.
It's funny. It can be shown on TV. It's not on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll watch it on my own time.
There's another show, an Australian show called Right.
Dr. Oz is already walking back some of the Tylenol stuff. Amazing.
Yeah, man. The reason he's doing that is because people started pointing out his fucking.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
The fact that the reason he's walking back right now is specifically because people have started looking into his history and realizing he owns part of the company iHerb.
Dr. Oz softens Trump warnings about Tylenol use during pregnancy.
And he's probably trying to sell some goat berries.
Let's see. Did you say goji berries?
Yeah.
Folic acid supplements. I just remembered. Yeah. So Dr. Oz's company iHerb sells folic acid supplements.
Yeah, that's what it was. Folic acid. Yeah.
Dr. Goji berries and green beans.
Dr. Mehmet Oz on
pointing
Tuesday.
out, by the way, that Oz has nothing to lose by banning Tylenol or getting it changed, the laws changed around it, but everything to gain from suddenly coming up with the miracle. Oh, look, folic acid, it actually has the likelihood of reducing autism. You see, so if we give pregnant women their folic acid instead as supplements for this, from our company specifically, no one else, get tax write-offs, then all of a sudden, he's going to make a lot of money from that. It's all about money at the end of the day.
Let me read this article real quick. Dr. Mehmet Oz on Tuesday softened President Trump's warnings that pregnant women should not take Tylenol due to a largely unproven link to autism. In an interview with TMZ, Jesus Christ. In an interview with fucking TMZ, Oz, who leads the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, this is where we are now, folks. These people are interviewing
Wait, Dr.
TMZ.
Oz is the one who is in charge of what?
The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
All right, I'm gonna Minecraft
Just
real
keep in
quick.
mind, by the way,
Yep.
this dude has a history of being known as a charlatan.
Said, yeah, we all know.
In order
Said
to
pregnant
sell these
women
books.
should consult with a physician and use the medication if they have a high fever. And he lost a fucking race to someone who had a stroke, which is wild. If you have a high fever, you ought to be talking to a doctor. Anyway, Oz said, doctor's most certainly going to prescribe you something. Tylenol might be one of the things they give. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. Oz's message was a far cry from Trump's news conference on Monday where he said, don't take Tylenol. Nearly a dozen times, Trump repeatedly told women to tough it out rather than take Tylenol for fever or pain during pregnancy. Taking Tylenol is not good. Not good, Trump said, and urged women to fight like hell. Oh, where have we heard that one before? Against taking it. In his interview, Oz nodded to the
Or you're
fact
gonna
that-
lose your goddamn country. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Tylenol has been one of the only over-the-counter pain medications for pregnant women that is considered safe. Other options like ibuprofen or aspirin can increase risks of birth defects. Pregnant women know lots of the typical things you would take for aches and pains and fevers are not a permissible product to be used during pregnancy. Acetaminophen is probably your best option, but take it when you really need it, Oz said. Oz's tempered comments echoed what the Food and Drug Administration said in its note to physicians on the use of acetaminophen by pregnant women. By the way, that was fun watching him struggle with acetaminophen, wasn't it? That was pretty funny. As well as its public statement about changing the label on acetaminophen. The precautionary principle may
Hey,
lead...
Jordan.
What?
You ever watch I Love Lucy?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm 2 paragraphs away from finishing this
Oh,
article.
yeah.
The precautionary principle may lead to many to avoid using acetaminophen during pregnancy, especially since most low-grade fevers don't require treatment. It remains reasonable, however, for pregnant women to use acetaminophen in certain scenarios, FDA Commissioner Marty Makary said in a statement. The agency also noted that despite the dire warnings from the Oval Office on Monday linking acetaminophen use to autism, causal relationship has not been established and there are contrary studies in the scientific literature. No fucking shit. All right, go ahead, Daniel.
Saying, you remember I Love Lucy?
Of course.
Remember that episode where she was having trouble pronouncing that Vitamita regimen?
Yes.
That's like with
That's Trump
acetaminophen.
trying to say acetaminophen.
Hey, would you like me to read something that Dr. Oz once pushed on his TV show?
Go for it.
An episode on November 2012 discussed conversion therapy under a different term, repatriative therapy, and therapy being that are designed to turn a gay person straight. This therapy has been rejected by mainstream health professionals. The broadcast featured Julie Hamilton, a representative of the National Association for Research Therapy of Homosexuality, NARTH, now known for the Alliance of Therapeutic Choice and Scientific Integrity, which offers conversion therapy. Basically, he was endorsing conversion therapy against gay people, and there was a massive lawsuit for that. And then also, don't forget, he also fucking misrepresented fat bursting supplements on his show as well, and colloidal silver. The man is
No, God, the colloidal silver thing is such brain rot.
I remember years ago hearing that he wasn't actually a doctor. Like years back, I'm pretty sure there was allegations that he wasn't even an actual doctor, and he has fake certificates. I remember that being a big thing back in the day.
Probably.
Oh my God, dude.
We need to be proven though.
It's so bad.
I'm a
It's
cop
so
for evidence.
bad.
Oz has such a negative reputation that he shouldn't even be allowed to hold any sort of health office. Any
Well,
sort.
obviously.
Yeah, but like, dude, RFK Jr. is the Secretary of Health
Literal-
and Human Services.
yeah.
Okay, so like,
Both
what
of them
are we
Literal
expecting?
brainworms guy. Like I
Yeah,
don't
both
know.
of them should be.
Dr.
Oh,
Phil,
don't forget
yeah.
raw sewage. Don't forget raw sewage is good for you, the guy as well.
And that actually reminds me of the George Carlin bit. Where he talks about how they swam in raw sewage.
Just remember, RFK once said, raw sewage is good. It's okay to ingest.
Good
raw
for
sewage.
you.
It's so good.
There is no negative health
It's
effects
so
of ingesting raw
good for
sewage.
you. It's really good.
Just remember, there's no negative health effects or association to ingesting raw sewage in large quantities.
Yeah, I don't understand. BRB AFK. No. Why you say that? Where's Casper? Where's Casper been?
I was wondering the same thing.
It is also his demon cosmic strike.
No.
Oh, wait, what?
Cosmic is Cosmic Strain.
Duh.
Demon
I
is
thought they were
Victoria.
going to join the call earlier.
No, I didn't. I don't think he wanted to argue conspiracies. Because he's smart, unlike my dumbass.
I just realized there has been a
We're
lot
off
of
Israel
Casper
Pally
stuff
now, LOL. That's what Casper said. Yes, Casper, we're off Israel Pally.
She's in your chat?
Yeah.
She's in
How
your
many
chat
people
and
is she a
she's
mod
not
for?
got me pulled up either? Okay.
Well,
How quickly,
I guess you
how
have to demod her,
quickly
mod
we
me instead.
abandon people. Alright.
I guess you have to mod
see how
me
it
and
is.
demod her. You know, I'll take over your main mod.
Wow. Wow.
Us guys got to stick together, you know. Can't trust a Gentile to do a guy's work, you know.
Jesus. Yo, what's up, Slipknot? Just a sec.
I mean, no disrespect, Casper. Okay, if you are listening to this,
Sorry, what'd you say, Slipknot? Alright, I'm gonna go hop into the debate server, boys. If you want to follow in later, you're more than welcome.
Sure, I'll probably jump over.
wait, but how? But what if I need my microwave open?
You're stuck. You're gonna be stuck on the elevator, buddy. Not open
But
it for you.
you're the elevator guy. You're
Nope.
the Shabbos guy.
Nope. Have fun being
Can
stuck.
I,
I'm gonna
can
make
I,
sure you
can
go to
I
the
at
50th.
least get you a tattoo in Hebrew that says Shabbos guy?
She's gone. Mm.
Well, I'm probably gonna head out as well.
Alright, take care, buddy.
I can only play No Man's Sky for so long before it.
For sure.
tires me. So, the game is very tiresome.
Once you get into it, you really get into it.
Yeah, once you get into it, you have actual fun shit. But when the early game is boring.
In the beginning, it can be a little tedious, but once you really get into it, it's really good.
Peace.
Take care. Oof. Wow. I thought Casper was at least going to jump in here and be like, no, I am watching. She did abandon me. Unreal. Mika. Mika, you've been summoned. Come here. Come here, baby. Hey. Hey. Come and say hello to everybody. How you doing? How are you doing? Good girl. You want to say hello? Say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Give me a good bark. Say hello. That's a girl. Good girl. Give me that paw. That's a paw. Oh. I like her too. She's a good one. She's a good one. Alright. Go ahead, babes. Alright, well, if everyone's out, I might jump in, join Llama over in the debate area and politics server. Go ahead, baby. Oi.
Hello, hello. What's going on?
Just joining ya. Joining you.
Oh, it's the guy.
The guy. I'm here.
All right, let's get the rename done. Rename Charlie.
Ooh, there we go. Rotunda, I did give her a peanut. She did have a peanut. Oh, jeez.
You saw what I saw?
Yeah.
You saw it? You saw the saw? Yeah. Hopefully we get something on in here sooner than later. Sometimes it takes a little.
Hang on.
What's up?
I'm just fucking with Casper.
Oh. What's up? What's going on?
No, nothing. I'm just literally just fucking with her.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Grave bullets since Cash got a charge. Jeez. There has indeed.
Where's Rotund? This motherfucker.
I think he was sending. He said he was taking off. I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a quieter night for streaming.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, actually. Not that I'm upset about it.
Well,
sometimes
my
it's
numbers
nice to have a
aren't
chill
so
night.
great. My numbers aren't so great today, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about it.
Maybe people are just poopered out, man. It's been a kind of a crazy
It has.
period of time. So I could see that. Potentially.
For sure.
Because I'm with you, I don't feel like mine are quite... You know, sometimes I'd see that 10-ish, and it's not been the case.
Yeah. Well, our last stream, it was like high 30s. It went over like 40 at one point, but today it's been like hovering around the 20s.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's up, Intrusive Thoughts? How you doing, man?
What's up, little bro?
Oh, I already know this is gonna be fun. So, how do you feel about Charlie Kirk passing, dog?
Oh, it's complicated, man. How do you feel about it?
It's probably not a good thing that people are dying.
Yeah, man,
due to like political violence, you know.
The left are a national security threat at this point that need to be dealt with.
Oh yeah. Have they determined this guy's political? What about the neo-Nazi that killed the 2 children in Colorado that same day?
Untrue statement.
What? I hear 2 people talking. What's up?
What about the neo-Nazi that killed the 2 children in the school the same day in Colorado?
Yeah, those are fringe outliers. The left consistently just calls for violence all the time.
Give me an example of a non-fringe outlier.
An example of a non-fringe outlier for neo-Nazis, for the left?
For the left? No, for the left, because it's all, or for the right. You said it's all just fringe outliers, but I can keep giving you, I could give you example after example.
Yeah, so the main problem is like all these things are like labeled right wing. They're never actually right wing, and it's all fake news.
The neo-Nazi guy that killed the Colorado children.
Actually left wing.
Yeah, so like over the course of like 20 years, you'll find like 6 like neo-Nazis, and like every other mass shooting, it's just like the investigations they do are like, oh well, like his family was like Republican, so he's like.
Well, no, wouldn't you just look at what their own writings?
What are we talking about? Yeah, you can do that for some.
For the ones that did, though, wouldn't that be pretty important to just kind of see what they were generally scribbling, kind of like psychotically to themselves?
Yeah. So who are we talking about? We're talking about Vagaties here. So.
I'm talking about Vagaties?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about all the neo-Nazis.
What neo-Nazis, bro? What are we talking about?
For example, the guy who killed those 2 children in Colorado at that school the same day Charlie Kirk got.
Yeah, so killing like some random like kids.
Random? Nope, he was a neo-Nazi with neo-Nazi ideology, which I would, if I were you and I were me, we probably could agree that's probably somewhere on the right side of the political spectrum in terms of political extremism.
Yeah, so again, right, killing like some random kids versus killing like
random kids?
Yeah.
Oh, I think the parents there don't feel it's just horrible random violence.
Well, like my second part will make more sense, right? It's like killing random kids versus like targeting politicians is like a completely different game.
True, like the Minnesota House representatives that got.
Well, here, man, like I denounce like right-wing political violence, right? But that's not my point.
I can keep bringing up to you examples though where the right demonstrably commits more actual physical acts of political violence.
It's just not the case, right? Like the left are fundamentally more violent.
Fundamentally? Explain that to me.
Yeah. So if you go on Twitter, if you go to any of these,
I don't care about Twitter. I'm talking. What is Twitter?
I care about discourse, bro.
You're gonna cite Twitter as your.
100%.
Then like you're not someone who should like never be taken serious. And like a political, like in a serious political debate, then you're not a serious person.
What do you think?
I don't know what to tell you.
Citing Twitter versus the kind of rhetoric that's coming out of the president of the United States, and you're going to people on Twitter.
Yeah, if you don't acknowledge,
give me the Democrat representatives or give me the Democrat elected officials that are spewing divisive rhetoric. I'll wait for it.
No.
That is unique to the left.
We're talking about Twitter and college campuses, bro. I don't care about the politicians.
No, you're talking about Twitter and college campuses.
No. That's the most important aspect of it, though, is the thought leaders.
Yeah, like actual leaders. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, the thought leaders are the most. You're just wrong. Then. I don't know what to tell you.
You're
incorrect.
Wrong, dude. I just
disagree. Nope, you're just incorrect, dog.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty funny that we would think that rando idiots on Twitter are going to have more impact on the discourse than the fucking president of the United States.
Where do you think discourse happens?
It starts at the top. What do you mean? So then I guess so to be clear, if you don't think discourse from the top is very important, then you don't think it was that important that Charlie Kirk was killed.
With 2 people, bro. I'm talking to Llama.
That's actually a great point. If you obviously don't think it's that important. If you don't care about the discourse at the top, then yeah, like why would you care about Charlie Kirk getting killed?
I do think it matters. Politicians.
Why does it matter? He's not a politician. He was just a podcaster.
Behind, like, killing,
he was just a
like,
random fuck-ass podcaster that nobody cares about.
If you don't want to have a convo, that's fine, bro.
I just said that. You're not responding to it.
But it also actually proves my point. The left don't want to have convos.
Are you gonna keep crying?
No, we're gonna.
Are you gonna keep crying and like whining and like?
I don't want
sniveling?
genocide, but like we'll bring it, bro.
You'll bring it, dog. Okay.
And the left is so much more violent. There it
is.
It's not there it is. Oh my god, dude! It's such a fucking joke.
And also, my 6 years in the military and like growing up around guns my whole life, I'm not too worried about you, dog. I'm not too worried about you, dog.
You're an overweight pogue, bro. Calm down.
Incorrect. I'm streaming if you want to see my overweight pogue self.
Yeah, go ahead. Where is it?
Copy. No, I'll throw it in the side chat. Yes, so overweight. I mean, I'm on Twitch also, yeah, of course. Are you gonna do your typical Groiper shit where you spam report?
No, I'm just gonna say nigger, kill niggers, kill
I gotta
niggers,
drop off.
kill
I
all
gotta drop
fucking
off.
black niggers.
Jesus fucking Christ. Just kick him. Why would you even?
I muted. No, I muted him, but I was it's just so embarrassing.
That's all they can do.
I was trying to switch over to Discord real quick.
That's all they can fucking do, dude. See, this is nonsense. He got actually pushed on something. He didn't have a real answer for it, and he starts spouting slurs after he
starts spamming
straight up. Yeah. After he straight up was like, "Yeah, we're gonna genocide, but you guys are more violent." What an unserious bunch of fucking mental invalids, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Which is why
and
I
then
made
you
up
have
the
the
point.
fucking retardation to call us more violent. When he was like, I don't want a genocide, but we'll bring it. Bullshit. You want it. You're full of shit.
Yeah. And even then, I'm not too concerned about the chuds. I'm pretty confident in my Civil War capabilities if that ever were to happen. So
bro, you don't even need to say that. It's not gonna happen. These people are all talk. It's fucking nothing. There's no shot.
I understand that. No, I understand that it won't happen. I think that's ridiculous to even say that, to even pretend that's a real thing. But even if it were to happen, like, I've seen these motherfuckers in real life. All the chud, right-leaning people I know are, like, the most fat, overweight, fuck retards I've ever met in my life who are incapable of, like, doing anything. Like,
I think he's just trolling, Sleepy. You didn't think he was going to be in there, did you, Barcode? But Sleepy is a very loyal watcher, and I appreciate the fuck out of him for it.
Yes, obviously not all conservatives. You gotta speak when you're speaking in a rhetorical manner. You have to. It's good to. I'm a tribal. I love tribalism, baby.
Oh, you just got here 4 seconds ago? Welcome.
That was crazy, though. It's so cringe. I even said what are you gonna do, your Groiper thing, where you just spam report?
And he did. It's literally, he just, instead of spam reporting, he spam slurred.
He just spam slurred to try to, like, get us banned or something. Yeah, it's cringe. Or me. If I make positive steps to exit that, yeah, but if I made positive steps to get out of there, it's not like... And same with you, right? You made the effort immediately to remove yourself, just as I did. We can't be in trouble for that. It's not our fault that were to happen. But anyways, what's up, Dowler? What's up, Kingsman?
Sup?
How's it going?
Nothing much, mate.
Sweet.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we're just talking to a Groiper.
Oh, Groipers.
We were.
Yeah.
But he started spamming racial slurs, so we had
Nick the Spick, eh?
Mm-hmm.
What a legend.
One of those.
Isn't he, like, selling out to Israel at the moment? What's going on with that?
Oh, Nick,
Nick Fuentes?
I would be very surprised.
Yeah. Honestly, selling out to Israel, I think that's just a silly thing to say. That has no bearing on anything, like, personally.
No bearing.
Just like if
I don't know if it's very serious. He might be, like, being sarcastic, but he's, like, shitting on, like, JQers. He's calling JQers, like, low IQ over the Charlie Kirk assassination. And naturally, I see his point being, the like Candace Owens like negress like just saying the stupidest shit, and like the hyper conspiratorial people over like, oh, the Jews are coming underneath the ground and shooting him, or like the camera in the back of his head shot him, and yeah, I get it, like it's retarded, but jumping on like attacking the right at a time when there's like a unification going on just seems really sus to me. Like,
yeah, have fun.
That's real
have
fucking
fun dealing with what center-left liberals get to deal with.
Maybe we have to deal with that shit all the time from the crazy lefties.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's just like in fighting when you have this moment to rally. Like, I'm not even a fucking groiper.
It's so
but, like,
good. I
this is
love
your
the
moment.
infight. I love watching infighting happening on the right. It's so good for me.
It's so retarded. Like, this is so stupid. Either they're stupid or they're fucking Israeli fucking agents. As far as like,
I'm a liberal, like a center-left liberal. So for me, that is good. I do like that.
Right. Well, yeah, that makes of course, naturally. Yeah.
I mean, from your perspective, I would see how that would be not productive.
Frustrating. Yeah.
Fucking stupid as shit, man.
Welcome to our world for like the last 10 years, having to deal with the far lefty stuff.
So are you like a center-right guy then, Dowler?
I don't really affiliate with right or left. I'd say I'm just anti-Israel, anti-Jew. I'm anti-Jew.
So
come at me, bro!
yeah. I'm just anti-Semitic. That's my whole political fucking alignment. Yeah,
and I'm a Semite.
Okay, you're probably just memeing, but I want to know, like, what is your actual like underlying political like ideology that you like, I guess. Because hating Israel isn't going to help whatever country you're in, like, do well.
It's just not very productive.
I get you. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. You can be, like, anti anything if you're not pro something, yeah?
Well, you can be pro that, but I'm just curious, like, what's your, like, I guess, what is your underlying political ideology?
I don't know, man. It shifts between, like, a doomer perspective or, like, a bloomer sort of optimism. So, from a doomer perspective, I really don't give a shit about anything. So I just hate I just hate my enemies because they're like attacking me personally, right? So I have like an egotistical perspective on life.
So you're just like a nihilist then? So you just don't really care
about nothing really, I don't really care about anything, yeah. Like the kind of shit I know it's really boring.
So you don't like vote or anything. So you don't vote or anything then, right?
Well, I used to, but no. I don't now.
Vote or anything. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then I mean, then you can believe whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not voting. I don't care.
Holy shit.
Like having any input on the system, but the whole fucking thing is a scam, man.
Yes,
that's how I see it.
I think you need to spread that message to more right-wing places.
I think that is super consistent with everything you said about your point of view so far. So.
Yeah, hell yeah! I think you should spread that message to more people on the right.
I agree.
Yep. It's all pointless, meaningless.
Just get them to give up.
Yes. Yep. Black.
What?
I mean, there already are black-pilled fellas, like whether you realize it or not.
They're so black-pilled that they show up to vote like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but not for their own interests, though. And you guys say that all the time. That's like a quote from the left. It's like, why do you not like vote for your own personal interests?
No, I didn't make
a lot of them vote for the memes, I think.
No, I'm not even making that point. You're saying that they're black-pilled, and I agree they're somewhat black-pilled, but it's weird that they all show up to vote. I don't care about in their own interest or not in their own interest. I'm just saying, for them to be black-pilled in the way that you say to be, claim to be, doesn't seem to be consistent with the fact that they show up to vote. That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah, two different kinds of black pill. You're quite right. No, they're black pilled in like the whole like they're just voting against their own interests enthusiastically. It's fucking exhausting. All they care about is Israel. That's the only thing the right cares about.
Either for or against it, actually, which is interesting.
Well, but
it's either adamantly against it or adamantly for it. There is no in between.
Yeah.
The piece that's against it is really not very effectual or like has any impact or power. Like the people going out in droves to vote for these retard Republicans are Judeo-Christians, you know, pro-Israel retards. Yeah.
Hey, I'm one of those. But not a
Republican. Are you guys
for or against world peace?
For.
I'm generally for.
Well. Yeah, I guess ideally. 4, but like, yeah, an ideal
looks like is.
But like, if somebody, like, if China shot missiles into my country, killed a bunch of my people, I don't think that I would be advocating for peace. Yeah, at that point.
Well, no, I guess it depends on what happens, right? If America gets pummeled and China, Russia, they just declare like some global Axis power, America gives up, NATO gives up. Like,
time to suit up.
You could say it's peace, but like I say peace, I'm talking like, I guess it depends on the scenario, right?
I would like a peace in a liberal society, is I guess.
You guys read the Injustice comics or no?
No.
Okay, so anyway, Superman at the beginning, he goes around, like, if you've ever seen the movie, he literally gets someone from fucking Palestine, the leader of Israel or some shit, Netanyahu stand, and they have to sign a peace treaty, bro. He makes he denuclearizes everyone, de-arms everyone.
I mean, if we had a superhero, I would hope that's the kind of thing that would happen, but unfortunately, we don't have superheroes.
Oh, so. I don't want to spoil it, but
yeah, he'd be an anti-Semite.
Fantastic Four, that's what they do, right? When the 4 of them come back with superpowers, they pretty much say, look, we can help you guys make a better world, but everyone who signs on to this whatever, they're agreeing to give up all their arms. So they literally, like, not like a gun buyback, but like literally just get rid of their armed forces.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
that was the deal.
Pretty
much every country signed on.
Ideally, what we're looking at in this situation is almost a benevolent dictatorship, but from someone who, like, ostensibly people could trust.
Well, that's the thing. The Fantastic Four, they're kind of advisors, and they're letting everyone do their thing. They're just kind of the mediators type shit, right?
The problem is, in the world, we don't have like an omniscient.
Justice in 5 seconds, right? Superman in 5 seconds, right? So Joker kills Lois Lane and causes a fucking nuke to blow up Metropolis. So Superman says, you know what? I'm tired of letting humans do their thing, lock.
Oh,
he's gone.
What happened?
Just, man, a Marvel fan, eh?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I mean, that'd be cool if we had like if I were a superhero, that's what I would do, but we don't have any superheroes, so.
I was about to say, in real life, there's no omnipotent or omniscient.
Yeah.
And even then,
it's definitely a conversation of idealists.
Even then, we'd have to trust in the fact that they wouldn't eventually turn around and.
I'm sorry, what's up, Mitch?
I'm raising awareness for how non-white men feel pathetic about being enslaved and colonized by white men.
Okay. What's up, Dowler?
I was just going to say, like, I think we can all agree on ideals. Like, yeah, a world of peace would be fucking great, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, we can all agree on that. But ideals are it's just such a lazy conversation because it just doesn't go anywhere. It's like, imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to dream about, but we have an actual real world with real situations and actual wars and shit that we have to figure out and deal with. And everybody wants to paint very easy lines on these wars, but just like any other world conflict, things are not black and white. There's a lot of gray involved, and everybody just has to fucking grow the fuck up and understand that things do not map as cleanly as they would like them to.
Yeah, I'm really sick and tired of the rhetoric these days about like we're the forces of light and they're the forces of darkness and shit. Like this black and white painting of good and evil makes me sick.
I mean, for me, my own sort of judgment and sort of basis I try to start from is like, from the perspective of liberalism, not like left or right liberalism, but like free society liberalism. I think that's, for me, one of the most important things that we need to defend. So like, if you're against that, I'm against you. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I can respect that. I mean, that tracks with you letting me even like spill my guts out in this chat. So I respect that.
Brother, I am a Jew. I have dealt with far worse than anything you've said in here in my life, so don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah, way worse than that. I mean, look, I don't actually hate Jewish people. Believe it or not, I know it sounds ridiculous after everything I said.
Yeah, you didn't actually come off to me that way, as you were just memeing a little bit. So.
Well, it's not necessarily memeing. I think it's more about like if I was being really specific, I don't like people who have like a religious or spiritual belief that I'm their slave in the future or something like that. I have a problem with that. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish or not. I don't care who you are. Anyone that wants to like constrain me into their worldview and tell me that this is how I have to live and have to govern my life.
So let me just that. Like mention a couple things. Number one, I mean, like I'm ethnically Jewish. I'm actually an atheist, right? Like I don't believe in God or any of that. So I don't go in with the religious.
No, that doesn't matter to me. Like I have no animosity towards you.
And number two, I, like most Jewish people, are not going to believe that either. That's going to be a very small group of people. Most Jewish people don't prescribe to the whole we're better than everybody else because we're the chosen people. In fact, for most Jewish people, the whole chosen people thing is actually seen as more of a burden than a...
It's pretty dangerous. Yeah, it's never a good thing to go and spout that sort of shit because people are going to turn on you pretty quickly. Yeah.
Well, but even religiously, even from the religious perspective, it's generally thought of as a burden that the Jewish people have to carry rather than a positive. So just a little misconception that I think a lot of people misunderstand that I think is important.
Oh yeah, they don't claim that they're chosen because they're better. They claim that it's just like it's an extra obligation. You have like more rules to follow.
Exactly. Now there are some people who do see it that way, but I don't like those people.
Look, I just buy into the JQ conspiracy that they control the world. That group of people that have this particular belief.
Is it really a conspiracy?
I mean, exactly. I don't think it's a conspiracy. Naturally, I think it's very well. The word conspiracy meaning like some sort of theory rather than reality. I think it's reality, but
I would say it's a
theory. If I were to suggest one thing, it would be to go take a look at the number of people from any particular religion of any kind who are CEOs who own different companies. I think you might be a little surprised.
Sure, man.
Really
I could do that.
I mean, Blackstone, BlackRock, Vanguard, they all own those companies.
And there are other companies that they don't.
And they're all Jewish.
Yeah, I would sort of like narrow it down to the Western world.
90% of those companies.
Wait, you think it's 99? You said 90%. You said 90%.
You're just on crack. Let me add all of them together. It's Vanguard.
Add all of them?
Yeah. If you're gonna hang on, if you're just gonna list
the entire world,
if you're just gonna list a bunch of companies in a vacuum, you're not actually doing a realistic breakdown.
You know what Vanguard, Blackstone, and BlackRock are?
Yes.
You were well aware of the big scary companies. Yes.
Okay. Then what are you saying?
I'm saying that naming companies in a vacuum is not an actual analysis of how many people are controlling what.
Okay, so
then you give an ethno race.
Also, the CEO of Vanguard is Salim Ramji. It's not Jewish.
Isn't Vanguard just an investment group that is mainly private, from my understanding?
Yeah.
Like who are actually investors in that group, not publicly known?
The CEO is publicly known. Who invests is not, but there are far more CEOs. I mean, far more billionaires who aren't Jewish than are.
Would you agree that at least Vanguard's investors have more power than the CEO?
What would be, out of curiosity?
Sure, but we don't know
who they are. Who are they?
Yeah, so
out of curiosity,
just be making assumptions.
Yeah, we would.
Out of curiosity, what's the dollar amount a company needs to be worth in your mind for it to be a company that's like, ooh, they could
also
exert
we've
some
got
sort of softer or hard
just
power.
One more thing I want to say before you ask that question.
Oh, sure.
So we've got three major investment groups that are like the three major investment groups. Right? We've got Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. Of those, only one of them has a Jewish CEO. By the way,
CEO doesn't matter. Look at their chairman. The
chairman and CEO of State Street.
I would say look at the investors, but you can't.
The chairman. I'll answer that question. The chairman and CEO of State Street is Ronald P. O'Hanley. Okay, so let's take a look at the other ones.
go to Vanguard, BlackRock, and.
Well, State Street's a huge investment firm, so why wouldn't you look at them?
Mark Lowridge, that's not a Jewish name, is the chairman of Vanguard Group. And BlackRock. BlackRock chairman Lawrence Fink, same guy as the CEO. So once again, 1 out of 3.
What would be the... Okay, anyways, back to the company thing, out of curiosity. Do you think, like, companies that are worth, like, $1 billion would be where you're, like, at that point you think that their influence or, I guess, soft or hard power would begin to matter to you? Or it's like 500 million? I guess, where is that number for you? That's what I'm always curious about.
I really think the company
Who are you asking?
matter. It's whoever
The guy who brought up this whole argument to begin with.
Right.
Just out of curiosity.
The companies don't matter.
It's
whoever owns it.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like
we just looked at that.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, though, right? Like,
they don't own it.
No, we're talking about the ownership. Yes, I'm talking about the ownership, not CEOs. I'm talking about ownership.
Of the board, like, who should we look at then?
And do you care about companies with like a 500 million market cap or like $1 billion market cap? Like, where does it begin to matter to you, like the size of the company? I'm just curious about that as well.
The company doesn't matter. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh my God! Yes, obviously, each one of these companies are owned by a different person.
They can own a $10 company and then own another $1 billion company.
Vanguard is a client-owned company. It's not even.
Oh my God! I don't know what
Vanguard
you're
is
confused
a
about.
client-owned company. It doesn't even have like individual owners.
I'm just no. This guy.
Vanguard chooses the companies that they buy, correct? It's not the clients that are choosing it. You're giving their money.
And so you're saying they're all the ones they buy are Jewish? Is that your point?
They're Jewish controlled.
Can you provide sources on that?
Sure.
For the record, for every company that has $1 billion+ market cap in the world right now, only 150 to 200 of those are owned by Jewish people, and there's like 4,000, but it's all right.
You guys are missing the point. Capitalism is Jewish. So.
Who cares about CEOs?
I'm not bringing up CEOs. I'm talking about the ownership. I didn't say anything about CEOs. I don't know why you keep putting that shit in my mouth.
Okay, give an example of a company. Name one.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook. Let me look at their structure.
And then we could look at like the amount of individual billionaires that exist as well too. So that could also paint.
I could care less about that.
Who has the money? What?
Yeah, I care
would it bother?
More about
Oh, so
companies that have.
True, you're so right, King. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if there was 1,000 billionaires and 990 of them were like Arabs, for example. Like that wouldn't matter at all. Jeez, not one bit. That's super irrelevant.
Just to spice this conversation up a little bit, because I feel like this is going to be just a
care more about their asset management over their net worth.
I think you care more about a random 10-minute YouTube video you saw once. That's what I think. In the narrative it gave to you, because you're not able to like engage with anything that's being said to you outside of like very specific dialogue trees. You hand wave everything that gets brought up, even though it like.
Because nobody cares about it on an
Nobody cares about the amount of like controlling wealth.
No, on a billionaire individual level, no.
I'm talking about companies, not a billionaire individual company level.
The top 3,000 billionaires or 1,000.
Not billionaires. Top 3,000 companies. Top 3,000 companies.
People. Companies.
Wait, do you think I said CEO again? Are you still confused about what's going on here in this conversation?
Now you're just trying to gaslight me. You're trying to say how many billionaires.
I never had once said how many billionaires, other than.
You're getting confused, sir.
You did. You said both examples. You said how many billionaires.
Well, that was the bringing up the billionaires was when you were hand waving the companies. Was when you were hand waving the companies, as if that like didn't actually matter the individual companies.
Right. I'm still trying. I mean, because like every time you've brought up a point, we've looked it up, and so I'm still trying to understand what it is, what
well,
the point is exactly.
Face value. Who's the CEO that got fired 2 years ago and got replaced? And wow, it's an Indian, so can't be Jewish run. Can't be.
I'm not talking about CEOs.
You haven't outlined a specific point. CEO. Hang on, no. To be clear, every time. That's funny because every time you've actually brought up a point and we've looked it up, you've then hand waved that point away and pivoted to another one. Can you give us like an actual clear point that you want us to look up to show whether people are actually Jewish in charge of everything or not, or do you need to continue with the sort of nebulous point of view so that we can't nail you down on something? Because that's what it seems like from our perspective.
Well, I know it seems like that from your perspective.
So then give us a specific thing that you want us to look up to prove your point.
That Jews control the world.
Sure. Give me a second.
I'm back. Jews do control the world, guys.
We're trying to figure that out right now.
Getting hit with the trust. We're getting hit with the trust me, bro, on this one.
Well, okay, not a trust me, bro. Can I at least broaden the horizon a little bit? Because I don't know about specific CEOs or whatever, but what about just American politics being heavily influenced by Israel? Can you explain that in any way, shape, or form that isn't Jewish control?
You're wrong.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
Not owned by
and in fact,
Israel.
we did a breakdown of the amount of money that goes to Israel just a couple days ago. It comprises such a small amount of the American budget; it's almost negligible.
So why do they worship Jews then? What's going on there?
Who worships Jews?
The American politicians, like on left and right, the one thing that they categorically agree on is that Israel is their greatest ally.
If you're looking from like a religious perspective, evangelicals have this weird thing about like the rapture and all of that shit. So that's a weird thing, and that's just
Jewish,
whatever.
Judeo-Christian thing.
Yeah,
but then when it comes to putting our money where our mouth is.
If we're talking about like Democrats in general, that's going to be more about strategic positioning in the Middle East. So Israel is sort of like in a very opportune position for strategic advantages, and it happens to be on our side and pretty strongly on our side. So it makes sense for us to maintain that relationship.
But you think that America could tell Israel what to do, like if they had to? Push them around.
They kind of have already.
And we did under Biden's pretty significantly, but Trump is maybe a different story. I don't know why that's the case. He's like an extra big Israel dick suck, so I don't know.
I just think he's more of an opportunist, and he's going to do whatever he thinks is going to make him more popular with people on his side, and in which case...
And to be fair, in America, being pro-Israel is like an American... Or like Americans find that to be popular. Like, if you look at just the aggregate of voters, that's just the case. Look at Paul.
I mean, yeah, it obviously, I think what the other guy said, I lean towards it stems from this religious fundamentalism.
Well, from the right perspective, I would say, when we're talking about evangelicals specifically. Outside of evangelicals, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, before like the recent Gaza situation, the left were still pretty favorable, and like you said, it's probably more geopolitical strategy. But
moderate Democrats are generally going to still be pretty favorable. They're going to put more pressure on them. Yeah, they're going to put more pressure on them to like allow aid and try to come to a solution than somebody like Trump would. But you are never going to see moderate Democrats like outright abandon Israel. There's a couple more extreme Democrats like Ilhan Omar who might want to push for something like that. But in practice, moderate Democrats aren't going to do that. So like even Kamala Harris was like it was a big deal for her to even say like a two-state solution, which I support, by the way. I'm a two-state solution guy. But that was like a big thing.
I just don't see two-state happening. I don't want to change the subject. It certainly would be more de-escalatory than what we have, but I just don't see it happening.
I think it's going to be very difficult to. But like if people ask me like what I think the best solution is, like morally, that's what I think the best solution is morally. And that's what I'd like to push for.
So you're like a left-leaning guy. Like I don't even say Jew just because, there's no reason that should matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably be considered like a more traditional Democrat rather than like a farther left, progressive.
Yeah, and were you speaking of yourself when you were referring to like that people in that category would still support Israel even with the current climate?
I would. I mean, I'm still. I also am not like, if I think Israel does something bad, I will say so, right? But like, I'm not somebody who's like, okay, Israel shouldn't exist or anything like that. There's certain things I might be critical on. But the problem is I end up coming off like a huge Israel supporter because most of the time I'm talking to people who are against it, and so I'm always arguing against these more extreme positions and stuff like that.
It certainly doesn't help that you're Jewish.
Well, yeah, but,
the left are going to see that and go, "Ooh, you're just a Zionist, like secret agent, double agent."
I can't. There's nothing I can do about that, But I do my best to try to make reasoned arguments that can stand on their own without me, having that position, and that's all I can really do at that point.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But I think one of my big goals is to talk to people who have more extreme views, either about Jewish people or Israelis or Zionists in general, and be like, hey, I want to help you understand that most of us are not super extreme or fucked up or anything like that. Most of us are just normal people who want.
I think you would be surprised on like the real fringe of far less like basing it on like Christian beliefs that it's the synagogue of Satan and that's a fundamentalist like religious belief, right? I think that the more extreme side of that anti-Semitism is just derived around this conspiracy that you guys have too much control. And if you can just prove that you don't, look, no one's going to be unhappy that you proved that the enemy have no control. That's a good thing. Look, if you could prove that the enemy have no control, then I'm fucking elated.
There's less of a threat as them as the enemy. Yeah. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do a little bit here. And that's why I sort of made a recommendation where I was like, hey, actually go look at, how many Jewish people. I would say we probably overrepresent per capita. But the reason we do, I think not a lot of people understand this, right? So we've kind of been fucked a lot through history, right, as a people. Yeah. We've been fucked by a lot of people. And so it's because we've had to like adapt to new societies and new civilizations over and over and over again. One of the things that's been really important in our culture and something we're taught from very young is very high education and to make sure that you can take care of yourself and your family. So Jews tend to have education as a really, really central and important part of our lives, which means we tend to just do well as a people because we have a high importance on that. And I think
survival is from a background of being
surviving,
almost destroyed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and while that's good for us, would you call that like
would you call that an ethnocentric sort of belief system there?
Well, it's less about each other. I mean, it's less about, okay, we're Jews, we need to do that because we're better than everybody, and more about we're Jews, everybody's trying to fuck us, so we need to do it to survive.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't necessarily think it's out of like, oh, we're better and we're above, but it's more of we've been fucked over 100 million times.
Exactly.
Like, we can't take any chances.
It's not like ethno supremacy. It's more
exactly not even.
It's like the same thing with like Nigerian people in America. They are very successful well. for those same reasons. Same with Asian
look out for each other. Yeah.
Well, Chinese specifically.
But I think a lot of the times
you can see how they could still create like a tension with any person that isn't a part of the Jewish community. If they felt like the Jews look out for themselves, right? It creates like a division.
We have a very strong community, right? Again, that's just a reflection of what we've had to do to survive in all of these different situations over history, and that tradition continues on in our culture. So we do have very strong community. We do feel very strong ties to other Jewish people. But for example, me and my family, I was always raised to care about everybody. It doesn't matter who you are or how you've been raised. Like, people are people, and most Jews feel that way. There's gonna be there's always gonna be fringe for every group of people, right? But most of us are taught to be good people, and that's what we try to do, and like take care of ourselves and our family and do well, and just make sure that we survive and that like our culture isn't lost, because that's important, and I think that's important for a lot of people.
And it is you would be surprised, like I said, like the really far fringe, that we don't even disagree that we have the same exact goals.
Yeah. One of the things that kind of bothers me is like from the far left is this idea that like certain cultures are worth preserving and other cultures aren't worth preserving. That's one of the things that I disagree with. Like if you're a white person and you want to preserve your culture, and in preserving your culture, you're not like doing a white supremacy thing, but you're just like, well, I'm white and it's cool to be white and I want to be okay with that. Fuck, I don't care. Like, of course, do that. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, imagine if you kept hearing over and over again in universities that Jewish supremacy is the reason for all the bad things in the world, right?
Right.
Like, imagine how that would build up that defensiveness in you.
Right, exactly.
And you would close up, yeah.
Well, for the record, too, though, like, when you look at, like, disproportionately, like, making up, like, for example, even millionaires, or I think Jewish people are very disproportionately, because there isn't a lot of Jewish people, but they make up like 2% of the world's millionaire and above, right? Which is crazy. That's like pretty impressive for them or whatever. But I mean, white Americans overrepresent too for their.
He's gone. He never gave us the numbers we wanted.
No doubt. Oh, he didn't. Fuck.
Yep.
But it's the same thing with like white non-Hispanic Americans. They also overrepresent based off the total population of them. Of myself, or I'm not a
immigrants, and this is really interesting too, because in general, immigrants tend to overrepresent, because a lot of times if you're going through the immigration process and you're being allowed into the country, it's because you have a high chance of being successful.
Yeah.
Yes, that too. No, I'm saying like in the entire world of all the millionaire plus people that exist, white Americans, non-Hispanic, make up a disproportionate number of that percentage as well.
Okay.
We also just
Yeah.
for our population on the earth.
Yeah. Well, that's also probably an effect of America being the richest country in the world.
For sure, but then people wouldn't say like, "Well, this is pretty suspicious."
No, they would not.
Like,
well, some people do, I guess, but I think it's
America
less...
does control the world, so but
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people always kind of tend towards paranoia from the other,
of course.
Even if they're coming from a position of power rather than a position of being a minority, you get the feeling that you're Team Red versus Team Blue, and it just builds an animosity.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me sad.
How do you bridge that?
Because, like, I'm somebody... So, like, a little bit of background about me. Like, I'm somebody who grew up all over the world, right? I grew up in 5 different countries. And I got to see a lot of different cultures. I grew up around a lot of different cultures. White cultures, black cultures, all of the above, right? And one of the things I've learned is that people are fucking people no matter where you go. There's poor people, there's rich people, there's good people, there's bad people. Like when I hear like this whole, anybody coming in with like, okay, this one group has it out for everybody else, or this one group is like going after everybody, I'm like, that's just like, I don't even, like, it could be a group that I've never met before personally, and I would still be like, based on my experience, I would be like, nah, I don't believe that. I bet there are other factors that are leading to whatever facts you're about to give me that are more reasonable and a better explanation than, ooh, they secretly control everything, or they're trying to do this and that.
Unless we're talking about Russians, in which case that is exactly what's happening.
Yeah. When I get asked the question, do Jews rule the world, right, I'll say yes, but when I say that, I'm actually really referring to the West. I'm not referring to Russia or China, because
the West does rule the world, and it's based.
Yeah. The West is best. So
yes.
It's a funny. I think often it's just a lot of like lazy language. Like you build up these. The way that you speak within your in-group is going to generalize a lot more than in your out-group. So you often, when you get into conversation with people that actually see the world in a very different way from you, you'll say things and then they go, what the fuck are you even saying? And then you go, oh yeah, if I'm actually being specific, that generalization is I don't even agree with that. Like, I don't agree that Jews rule the world, like, to the linchpin, like, every single little thing. You know, that's just, it's ridiculous. All I think is that we have a Judeo-Christian West, and I believe Abrahamism, even Christianity, is Jewish.
People rule the world. So, some of them are good, some of them are bad. That's just the way that I see it. People rule the world. There's some good people ruling it. There's some bad people ruling it, and that's really all you need to know about them. Someone in my chat also said, and the close-knit community also came from the fact in most areas for the longest time Jewish people were minorities. They were shunned, forbidden from mixing with, in general, or marrying outside their community. That's true as well. So we were also forced to be insular. Yeah.
Yeah, even Christians heavily discriminated against Jews.
For the record, out of all of America's wealth, Jews hold like 2% of it.
Which is probably a bit of an overrepresentation, actually, because there's like 7 million Jews in the United States.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like,
I see what you're saying, though. It's not like
act as though that is like controlling.
A tiny little drop.
Well, what I was just saying before, to just be as clear as possible, I believe Abrahamism, the whole religious fundamentalism of Abrahamism, is a derivative of Judaism. So even the West, the Christian West, that is like white supremacy for the left. That's white supremacy, white colonialism. I mean, that was all founded on religious fanaticism that comes from where? Comes from the Hebrew Bible.
Well, so here's one of the things I find really, really interesting as somebody who was raised Jewish. And I think one of the things that a lot of people sort of misunderstand about those things in the Torah is that it's never been like, okay, so we're chosen and we're better, like I kind of said before. It's more like because it was so long ago, like a lot of the way that most of us look at these things is like, okay, this is the way it was back then. We often adapt those things in the Torah to be more appropriate for the modern times. So most Jews are going to be Reformed Jews, which I actually refer to as Diet Jew. It's not super like, it's not really like strict. It's not very strong. I was raised in a synagogue where, you know, like if there was a disagreement between the Torah and the science and I went to the rabbi and asked about it, they would be like, you always take the science over the Torah. The Torah is just, you know, we take good moral lessons out of it and we try to apply those things to our lives. So most people who are Jewish are going to see it from that perspective. So, you know, this idea of like taking things super, super literally is actually going to be a very small percentage of Jews. I think a lot of Christians, especially in the United States, who do tend to like view the Bible very literally, assume that Jews mostly do that the same. But for the most part, they actually don't here.
Sure.
Which is probably why that when you look at the breakdown of like voting on between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats have are more educated and they make more money because they don't believe in creationism or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I really, all my hatred comes down to fanatical religious people. It's not. It's when I say Jews, I don't mean the people. I don't mean you. I don't mean people who are just born Jewish. And I kind of hate the fact that I have this lazy linguistic terminology where I just say Jews this, Jews that, because it does. Naturally, that would raise your defenses up because you're thinking I'm talking about.
Like I've said, I've heard a lot worse.
People.
I've heard a lot worse over my life. Yeah. Don't even worry about it.
No. I just have I don't like Abrahamism, like even Islam and all of that. This is a fundamental crisis.
Real quick, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna hop out. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Oh, you're taking off?
Yeah, I think so. I have an early meeting in the morning. I don't want to die.
All right, dude. You take care. You know,
take it easy, man.
I'll be streaming again on Friday, but I'll probably talk to you tomorrow or something at some point.
For sure.
All right, peace.
A little bit better of a day. Yep. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, I think you might.
That's just
you might find this interesting. Like, you know how I mentioned, like most Jews are in general are going to be reform, less conservative, less strict.
Very secular. I know that.
Yeah, very secular. And even like conservative Jews, which is like halfway between secular and strict, also like interpret things not very literally. You have Orthodox Jews, and even a lot of Orthodox Jews interpret things to a certain extent, right? Even like Hasidic Jews. I think a lot of people don't understand that Hasidism itself is like a really deep interpretation of the Torah. It's not a literal understanding of the Torah. Because Judaism is so old compared to the other Abrahamic religions that it's had a lot of time to change. A lot of people, you know, one of the things they like to bring up, for example, is the Talmud, which is really funny to me because the you know, understanding what the Talmud is, it is a book of debates between rabbis over different things in the Torah.
I do that. I say the same thing. Anyone on the right, they often will always go on about the Talmud, and they go, "Oh my God, the Talmud is the reason where the Jews get all their evil stuff from." And I'm like, you do realize that's just it's literally just rabbis debating the passages.
Exactly.
And shit. It's not the actual passage. The Torah is the passages, which is the Bible that you believe in.
Right, which is the first part of the Bible that you believe in.
Yep. And they hate that. They will shut me down and tell me to shut the fuck up, and it's like exhausting. It's like I'm just dealing with, you know, even Jews are dealing with this. Jews, the reason that you have so much anti-Semitism is because there's certain passages that give way to believe that the deceiver comes from the synagogue of Satan being Jews, right?
Yeah, and it's like extra difficult because like there's what 1 to 2 billion Muslims, 1 to 2 billion Christians. There's 15 million Jews. So like we can't, you know, no matter how hard we try, we cannot explain to everybody. No matter how hard we try, it's just the numbers are way against our favor. But there's so many Jews who are secular now. It's basically a stereotype that Jews will become atheists at some point, and so it's like, you know, somebody like me who's like, you know, I embrace my cultural heritage. I'm proud of my ethnicity and where I came from and the traditions that I have.
Totally fine.
Yeah,
I don't have any issue with that.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's important for me to explain to other people who have a lot of misconceptions about Judaism, like why we are the way we are, why our culture is the way that it is, just to make it like a little less like a boogeyman. Because I think once people like meet somebody who's willing to not be like, you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit, and actually like address the shit that the questions that people have in like a calm, open manner.
Let people vent a little bit, man, because people are scared, they're frustrated, they've got a lot of anxiety, you know,
things are tough. And things are tough right now. And when things are tough, it's very easy to like look for a group to be like, hey, you guys are doing well, right? Well, fuck you, right? So, and I understand that feeling, even though I obviously disagree. I'm not a kind of person who likes to scapegoat, but I understand how people can think that way. And so, you know, I try to be understanding, try to explain and be like, hey, look, the reality of it is, it's not, we don't get the nice, neat, easy way of just pointing at a group and saying it's these people's fault. We have to do the hard thing of looking at our society and actually working to improve it. And I know that sucks and it's not what we want to hear, right? It's much easier to point at somebody and be like, oh yeah, if we just get rid of you, everything will be better. But it won't. And that's just not how it works.
Amen. I mean, yeah, look, if I was to like be a bit more careful with the way I word things, it would probably be more like, I just don't like religious extremism.
And I would agree with you 100% on that.
That's probably a better way to say it.
Yeah, I don't like religious extremism from Jews, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, anybody, right?
Anyone that's trying to control our lives, right? Like I value my freedom like you do.
Me too.
And that's really where it all comes from. It's just this fear that you have this omnipresent force that's trying to tell you how to live and what's good and what's evil, and it just makes you mad. It makes you get angry, and you just start getting, naturally you get violent, right? Like we're seeing, like the growing response to that.
Yeah,
and it's pretty tragic, man. I don't know.
And here's another thing: is like people are. One of the things that I've been really frustrated with, and like, you know, we could go into the statistics about right-wing violence and left-wing violence, because I'm sure my chat's gonna tell me here in a second. And I know, guys, I know, but the point of what I'm saying is, like, at this point, I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't care if it's more right-wing, I don't care if it's more left-wing, everybody needs to chill the fuck out. I want Trump to stop making, you know, violent or allusions to violence.
Us versus them rhetoric. Yeah.
I want far lefties to stop, celebrating when somebody like fucking Charlie Kirk gets killed. We all need to relax. Because while we're sitting here trying to figure out who's worse, it's just ramping things up more and more, and like it's just getting worse.
Well, I'll put it this way, like I'm not a fan of fucking Charlie Kirk. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
Let me put it like this. He was correct in the simple statement that if we don't talk, then there is just violence. Like that's the only solution to any of this. So if everyone in your chat is comfortable with going to war,
to die. No, my chat is not going to be in favor of the Charlie Kirk thing. I just mean more that my chat is going to be like, well, the right is definitely responsible for more political violence, is what they would be saying. Which is like,
of course.
Yeah.
You can do these. Who's to blame the most?
Right.
We can do that all day. But at the end of the day, if we focus on that, if that's our focus.
Yeah.
Who's to blame more? It's not going to end with, oh, you're right, you're totally right, we're wrong, you're right, we concede, peace on earth. It's just going to end with more violence. That's all. That's where we're heading. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
how do we solve that?
Well, we keep talking. We keep talking to each other, but we talk in a manner of like, of trying to actually extend that olive branch. Everyone's so bitter with each other, right? Nobody's willing to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the things,
first you have to accept the other person as a human being, right? You have to accept that they have feelings, they share a common humanity, that we fundamentally share the same common goals, right? You want to survive, you want to live, you want to have a happy life, you want to protect your loved ones, right?
Yep.
And I feel the exact same way. So if we can agree on that, can we find a way to coexist?
I hope so, but the problem is a lot of people don't want to agree with that at this point. They're not even at that point yet, and that's really sad. One of the things I hope it's okay. By the way, I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming this conversation.
That's right.
Yeah. And if you want to watch me, by the way, I'll drop my my link in the side chat if you want to give me a follow.
Right? I'll check you out. Yeah.
We all out here trying to do something. So. Here,
it's cool, man.
So one of the things I really pride myself on, as far as like my stream goes, is that I will talk to people who are like MAGA. I will talk to people who I will disagree with on a lot of things in that sort of positive manner, in a way that's not as confrontational, when they're respectful with me as well. But like, for example, last week I had a friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine, in here in real life, watching me, being on my stream with me, who's a Trump voter. And, we hung out, we had a great time, we had a lot of laughs, chat was getting along well with him, and we were having a good conversation. There were certain things that we disagreed on, but we actually had a good talk, and he and I have a history of that as well. And it's just like, we need to be able to have those conversations more and more, and sometimes it's going to be frustrating, because somebody's going to, be in like an entirely different world from you on certain things, but like I think
add me, man. Like I'm way more far right. I don't even like that terminology because I consider it Jewish, right? So that's how far right I am.
Yeah.
But add me, man, because it's a very extreme niche, but I know a lot about it. So
I sent you
I'm open to conversation.
Definitely jump on and follow my stream, because like you can come and talk with people in the chat, and as long as you're like nice and respectful to people, everyone will be respectful with you, even if they disagree. They'll just have a discussion.
As strange as it might sound, I am somebody that does that. I agree with the fundamental premise that you need to just open up dialogue with people.
Our conversation has been pretty pleasant so far. I don't know why that would be strange to me.
Man, I never come at anybody with hostility. I might have hostility towards a certain idea, and I can get real fucky this, fucky that, piece of shit this, piece of shit that, but I'll never directly tell someone that they're a bad person. Like I don't really like that kind of dialogue,
Yeah. So I don't know if you see it. I dropped my my link in the side chat.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Cool. You can just jump over to my stream, give me a follow, and then you'll get a notification whenever I go live and come around.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Yep. Also, I sent you a friend request in Discord as well, just for kicks.
Yeah. I don't really use what is this, Rumble or what is this?
Kick.
Yeah.
It's the new up and comer. You know. Twitch is dying, bro.
Yeah.
This is the new one.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of controversy around Kick. They're quite like open, wasn't there? Like some dude who got some French guy that got killed or something.
Yeah, that's not great, but I like it because it's like, Twitch, you kind of have to walk on eggshells sometimes. And as somebody who generally is going to be, pushing back on a lot of the anti-Israel narrative, you never know what's going to get you in trouble over on Twitch right now. So, I don't know where you're
at the time right now, but like if you're interested. Why don't you convince me to be a bit more sympathetic towards Israel? Like, for example, I don't like the genocide going on in Gaza.
Yeah, I mean, so I generally don't use the word genocide. I think there's obviously an argument that people are making. There's a case in the ICJ. I'm waiting to watch how the case in the ICJ goes. For me, when it comes to genocide, I very much look at the legal term. There's a very particular type of intent that needs to be proven called dolo specialis. It's very, very specific. It's very hard to prove. If someone were to make an argument that what they're trying to do in Gaza is ethnic cleansing, I probably wouldn't have a problem with that determination. And I'm going to have definitely criticisms of certain things that Israel has done. But I think a lot of the time, my issue is the position that I get confronted with a lot is that Israel should not exist at all. And I'm definitely not going to be on board with that, right?
Well, there's an irony to that, right? Because, that would be a form of ethnic cleansing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I do think a lot of Palestinian civilians have died, and I do believe that it's tragic. But I don't think, even though that people will take like quotes from like Ben Gvir and Smotrich and be like, look at the crazy things these crazy motherfuckers are saying, and I will agree, those motherfuckers are crazy and they're saying some crazy shit. You know, if you look at like the history of war, a lot of leaders have said some really crazy shit about enemies, and then it still didn't constitute genocide. I think there's a lot of if we take a look at what we know about civilian to combatant death ratios, it's not necessarily out of the ordinary for a densely populated urban area. There are a lot of things that they have been doing that I don't think would be, would rise to the level of like meeting that dolus specialis, like providing aid. Now, I also believe that when they have blockaded aid, I have not agreed with that. I do not think that's okay. But again, the idea that they are purposefully wiping out in whole or in part the Palestinian population, I do not think that has been demonstrated yet. And that's sort of where I sit.
What are your thoughts on Netanyahu himself saying the only Palestinian state he would recognize already exists, and that's the Jordan, Jordan. That's the Palestinian state he would recognize.
So that is definitely more of like a farther right position in Israel. I think right now, in the middle of a war, it's going to, and it's a war that's following, obviously, an event like October 7th. It's going to be very difficult to get a more conciliatory tone out of someone like Netanyahu, who I generally am not the biggest fan of, as the Prime Minister of Israel. I do think right now it would be very difficult to get him to, again, be more conciliatory right in the middle of this war, especially when, you have Hamas on the other side being just as stubborn on ending things and trying to move things forward.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah, so
I just doubt about that. I mean, just read their mandate. I mean, it's
exactly.
They won't compromise until Israel is removed entirely, right?
Exactly. So I don't think Netanyahu's going to be the guy who ushers in a two-state solution, and I don't think Hamas is going to be the group that ushers in a two-state solution. If we're going to do that,
well said.
Yeah, we're going to need new leaders that are willing to make compromises, willing to make sacrifices for either side in order to get to peace. Unfortunately, right now, that is not the case, and that's unfortunate, right? It's pretty
bad right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are dying, and I don't want to see that continue to happen. And it's being enabled even more so by Trump and his administration, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But
how do you think this is going to go?
Genocide. How do I think it's going to go?
Yes. No, you're right. Actually, get back on that particular point. If the outcome was the removal of Palestinians, even if the intention wasn't genocide, would that still constitute a genocide?
No, that would be an ethnic cleansing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is a difference there, and there may be war crimes that are committed
because it's intentional. Yeah, genocide is very intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's specifically about like wiping out in whole or in part intentionally a culture or a group of people. Right, it's a very, very specific charge, genocide. And so yes, I don't think an ethnic cleansing would constitute genocide, and I think in and of itself, the fact that there's two different words, two different names for it is kind of in and of itself showing that, okay, there's a difference between these two things. It doesn't mean that I'm okay with an ethnic cleansing, right? I ain't fucking happy with it either. I think it's awful. But it is not genocide. Genocide is a separate term with a separate meaning.
You might go as far as to say that war crimes might still be committed, but it's not in the intent of...
I am sure war crimes have already been committed.
Sure. Yeah,
and, there will be court.
What about the theory of the Greater Israel Project? I'm sure you've heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't believe in that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would you consider, if that was true, hypothetically, would you consider that to be a genocidal project?
No. Not necessarily. Okay. I mean, it depends on how they would go about it. If they were going about it by wiping out all of those people, like killing them all, then yeah, probably.
Or displacing them.
But then again,
even intentionally,
that would be ethnic cleansing. So that's the difference. Yeah.
You don't think that displacement with intention is an ethnic cleansing? Sorry, not ethnic cleansing.
It is. Genocide. Yeah. So it's not a genocide.
I just tongue twisted myself.
So again, specifically, the charge of genocide is wiping out in whole or in part. So killing in whole or in part.
Yeah.
So you have to actually have the intention of killing them in order to wipe out the group. So an ethnic cleansing, a forcible relocation of people is by definition in and of itself not a genocide. You can't really accidentally ethnically cleanse, right? It's always going to be.
No, yes, I think you're right. I think it's certainly intention seems certain, but but displacement doesn't fit the category of genocide.
No,
all.
Well, no, because displacement itself is ethnic cleansing, right? If you're displacing an entire population of people, that's what an ethnic cleansing is. If you were to murder a huge portion of a population with intent, that would constitute genocide.
Okay. I'll have to look into it a bit more just to make sure. I think I understand what you're trying to say, though. Yeah. I mean, they could be two distinct definitions for.
Yeah,
from my understanding,
I absolutely
synonymous,
I absolutely invite you to go look up the legal definition in the Geneva Convention.
Sure,
yeah. And you'll find that it does specifically name Dolus Specialis, and that you are wiping out in whole or in part a group of people, right? Not just
displacement.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Because if it were just displacement, we'd have a much longer list of genocides over history.
Sure, yeah. Well, in that case, regardless of the word, because I mean, the word is not really the moral quandary, is it? At the end of the day, it's the actions, right?
Yeah. If you ask me if I'm okay with an ethnic cleansing of the people of Gaza, I'm going to say no. Of course not. I don't think that's okay.
Right.
Yeah. My chat said, well, if you displaced a group of people to the inside of an active volcano, that could count. Yes, that could count. Very true.
Exactly.
That's very true. The fucking Scientologists, right? like Xenu in the Scientology mythos.
Send those cells out of their capsules,
Right, exactly. But yeah, I think that's really, really important because I think a lot of people don't, nowadays they talk about this, they don't really understand the legal definition of that. And I think that causes a lot of misconception and a lot of incongruency between Israel and the international community, where there could be ways to sort of move forward towards a solution to end this conflict, but instead they find themselves more and more isolated, which despite the intentions of the international community to use that to cause them to pull off, it's actually having sort of the opposite effect.
I think it should be a giant casino.
Look, Gaza, fuck,
or just the whole region.
That whole motherfucking region, bro.
The whole region.
Giant casino. Dubai #2. Throw it down. Throw it down.
See, these are real solutions, okay? These are real solutions.
Bigger picture here.
Solutions, yeah. Nobody has a country. That's the real solution.
Yes. Let's
I'm really
go.
thinking here.
New World Order time, baby. Let's go.
Are we talking about the effect that George Floyd had on our generation?
Close enough.
Sure.
So, what do you have to say about that?
What were y'all's most tragic memories on that day? Like, what do you remember?
I remember hearing that he died.
I remember being shocked and appalled, and then I realized he died of fentanyl, and then I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I low-key believed it for a minute. I was like, yo, the cops did that shit! And I was like, oh, no.
He died of a fentanyl overdose. What a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's pretty much
I didn't really, I just didn't really know what was going on at first because everyone was saying a whole bunch of stuff. But, I got mad at first, too. I got mad at first, too.
I got mad. I mean, it looked pretty shocking initially. That's pretty fucked up.
I mean, like, I've spent some time on my stream going into, like, a deep dive of the court case and all the documents and everything like that. I still think there's a lot of fucked up shit there. But, like, can I say, like, I definitively know what the right answer is? No. I feel like I need to know more about medicine.
I'm going to have to give the autopsy report.
Yeah, the autopsy.
On the fence.
Well, there's different autopsy reports.
A lot of people die. A lot of people die just like Floyd. It's not
there's
uncommon
autopsy reports, actually. That's the thing.
Well, one was paid for by his family, which is not a good one.
One was paid for by his family, and one was the other. Wait, well, hang on. The one that was done by the court order didn't necessarily say that he died from fentanyl. It just said that he had a potentially lethal amount of fentanyl in his blood. But while that's obviously important, we also take into account the fact that he was a fentanyl addict, which means his tolerance would have been a lot higher as well. So this is why I'm saying I don't know.
He ultimately died of a heart attack, right? Which we believe was heavily correlated with a high, potentially high fentanyl amount in his body, right? That's why the situation caused him to panic. He freaked out. Yeah. He had a heart attack.
This is the thing, though. It could be the high amount of fentanyl, and it could also be from pressure on the neck that would have cut off blood flow. And that's what's involved. And that's why I'm saying
smidge more of fent, you can overdose, right? Just like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you overdose from like?
Yeah.
Barely anymore. So I mean, like anyone can overdose.
The stress of the whole situation, the adrenaline and the fentanyl, that your heart's gonna pop, buddy.
Yeah, he had a weak heart. He already had a weak.
I mean,
it
could be the case. But again, if you take a look at the autopsy reports from both, the family one or the court one, they don't say
worst case scenario. Absolute worst case scenario is police brutality against a homeless freaking fentanyl addict. Like, sure, that sucks, but like, come on, dude. It's literally the grub of the earth. Okay, this guy lives in the alley next door.
Just totally concede that the knee on the neck killed him. It's still not like the worst thing. Right. I know it's still pretty bad, but it's not the worst.
Do I think that in my analysis of this, I'm trying to determine if this guy, fucking Derek Chauvin, was some racist piece of shit who went out to try and kill somebody? No, that's not going to be my conclusion. Worst case scenario from my perspective is he made a mistake. That would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. I can get down with that.
Yeah.
It's not like this guy was not resisting arrest. This guy was tweaking balls. This guy was literally thrashing around, tripping dicks.
Streaking out. He was trying to constrain him until the ambulance arrived because he was having a meltdown. Yeah.
And beforehand, he was in a store. Didn't he like try robbing them or some shit?
No, it was a counterfeit $20 bill.
No, yeah, he just didn't have real money.
Counterfeit $20 bill. Yeah.
But he just started to have this panic attack. He panic attacked in the car, in the back of the police car, and he said he couldn't breathe even in there. Yeah, he said he couldn't breathe even in the car, and so he got him out because he tried to see how he was, and then he obviously wasn't behaving, so he put him on the ground and restrained him. And yes, the knee on the neck thing isn't particularly good, but it's not like Derek Chauvin came up with this maneuver. This is a trained maneuver by the police.
He did not. However, to be clear, it was not in the train maneuver because I also went through the handbook when I was going. I went fucking deep into this, guys. The maneuver is actually on the upper back. It's not on the neck. So if he was on his neck, that's technically not the proper way to do the maneuver.
Well, sure. Police fucked up. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
What they do, that's cool. Yeah. This guy's still resisting arrest, on drugs, freaking out, tripping out, falling on the ground.
That all appears to be the case, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking retard.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do, for sure.
Yeah.
Is what it is, bro. Vegetable's gonna be a vegetable.
Well, not anymore, surely.
Yeah, no, he's not vegetable. He's cooked vegetables.
Yeah.
He's gone. He
He's been
died.
steamed and consumed.
Oh, man.
He saw he died. But yeah. Oh, well.
Kamala Harris or Joe Biden run for president. Who are we voting for?
If what?
I'd rather have a man with Down syndrome than a woman.
So Joe Biden?
I think Kamala Harris, just because it'll be funnier.
Couldn't help it.
Myself.
It would be funnier, but our economy would probably explode. I think everyone would be dead.
She's not gonna. She would not have been able to get a wealth tax passed. There's no fucking shot.
Dude, I was gonna say some craziness. My bad.
That was not gonna happen. If she had won the presidency, that wealth tax never would have happened. Like, they would have to pass that, and there's no shot most Democrats would even vote for that.
No.
I hate the Dems.
It's okay.
The Dems.
Disgusting.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Charlie Kirk thing proved pretty strongly you don't fucking love that way at all.
Don't wrap me, a moderate fucking liberal, in with the crazy far lefties. Okay, I'm not one of those guys.
I don't know. It sounds like tomato and tomato to me.
It is really not, bro. It is really not. I don't even prescribe to the same economics that they do.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say that you're correct on that one.
Yeah. There's a big difference. Those of us who are in the middle, which actually represents most Democrats. We're just not fucking loud and online all the time. We're trying to push those crazies out of the party right now. We don't want them around.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you're pushing 90% out of the party. So there's gonna be 10% left.
I'm telling you, it's like 20% tops. But they're online and they're fucking loud. They're loud.
They're all over the media, bro.
Yeah, but if you look at they are all over the media. They're loud, is what I mean. If you look at actual voting numbers, it is super not like that at all.
Where are the OGs at? Where are the rest of y'all? Where are the rest of the chill ones?
So
they're
just not. They're out touching grass and not online.
Oh, low key, they would not be in the Baltic Discord server. You're the exclusion.
Yeah, because I fucking love politics and I love debating it, and it's just where I am. I'm streaming as well. I hope everyone's okay with that.
No, what the fuck? That's not cool.
But
I would be pissed if some chick named Tiana joined in here as a minor or something like that, bro. That would really make me mad.
Yeah, we can't have those on my stream, definitely.
Fuck minors.
That would have been a good joke if Tiana had a voice, but she's a band. Freaking Sandman Lantan. What about you, Barrett?
Yeah, man.
Do you have anything to say?
Like, I'll make it clear. This will be easy. You'll believe me if I tell you that I don't think trans people should be in
sports.
You
caught me off guard, man. I was doing other shit, but yeah, I'm happy to chat about anything.
Gas. All right, glad he's here. Tiana, are you with us, Minor Sigma?
Maybe.
Oh wait, what was? Oh, okay, so they are here.
Wait. Okay, see, now I'm concerned because I am actually streaming. If you are under 18, you cannot be in here while I'm streaming.
That's why no one's under 18, right, guys? Oh, glad everyone said yes. Awesome.
Seriously,
but Jordan World makes...
I'm like on YouTube and like they will give me a strike.
What? I used to stream when I was younger. Like below 18.
I just can't. I cannot be risking it.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry,
YouTube
kid.
is gone pretty strict.
Yeah. So. Sorry, kid.
Oh, did you just kick her?
Nope.
Just kick the huzz?
She left of her own accord. Which I appreciate. Can't take any chances, brother. Can't do it.
Oh, but what if she was a 9?
Well,
she's
you're gonna have to wait a little while.
I don't think that still matters.
17, 17.
No.
Some real
What should be the legal? What should be the age of consent, guys?
I'm cool with 18. I'm fine with that.
All right. So what's the real age of consent, and why do you all agree on 15?
You know, Jordan.
That's not me. I don't.
Good with not being, you're good with being demonetized today. Like,
yeah. Look, you're
let's have a
all
conversation,
awesome.
but you're good
It's
with
been
being
fun
demonetized?
chatting, but this is probably my time to go. I appreciate it. Y'all have fun in here, all right? Have a good time. Everybody have a lovely
love
day.
you.
That means...
Love you too. Bye. Oh, shit. I got a little spicy. Man, Discord is a place, huh? Anyway, this is a good time for dailies. Slow day today, unfortunately. That's okay. I love all you guys anyway. Radicalizing all these youths, you know. Alright. Dailies time. So I ordered my new replacement potato today, guys. Woo! So exciting. It's probably going to take like 10, 20 days to get here, but ooh, when it gets here. Alright. Let's see. Potatoes. Feature. Flick. Film. Picture. Yay. Oh, let me jump back into my server here now. In case anybody wants to jump in. Bad Empanada is not Argentinian. You son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Liberal Ubermensch David Pakman is Argentinian. He is. David Pakman is Argentinian. He's an Argentinian Jew, like me. Bro, how about me battling anti-Semitism one Discord person at a fucking time? Let's go. I love how that one guy was like saying he was gonna pull up fucking stats, and then after a little while he just quietly left the fucking chat. I love it. I love moments like that. Timed out? What do you mean? Sweet 16, sweet pepper, sweet potato, sweet tooth. No! What about sweet talk instead of sweet pepper? There we go. Okay. That's stupid. Because you can have sweet pepper. But that's okay. Glitter. Scatter. Sprinkle pepper. And what's this last one? Wrinkly things? Fuck off. Fuck off. Who's this? Who is voting? They are voting, I think. What's this? Malawi Electoral Commission 2025. We go to the capital because we don't know where else to go. What's the capital? Blantyre? Is this it? Is this the capital? I actually don't know what the capital of Malawi is. City Council? Wait, Malawi Electoral Commission, General Election, Parliamentary Election. No. This is not the capital. We check Lilongwe. What's this? City Mall. No. Oh, maybe Lilongwe, because the international airport is there. What else? Mzuzu. No. So we just guess the middle of the country. We're gonna guess Lilongwe, because it's kind of in the middle of the country and we don't know where to go. So we go here, we guess. 242. Where is this? Just the middle of nowhere, or is this fucking... It is Blantyre. Oh, okay, that's fine. We didn't drop that much. Is Spain? Is Spain? That's Nixon. Probably in Madrid. Nixon is the 70s, right? Oh, 70. It's okay. We're okay. That guy's got a Hitler mustache. This is what? Austria? Or der Netherlands? Or... Where is this? Looks like the 40s. And then we'll just guess the Netherlands because I can't tell. 31. Oh. Big drop in points. Yugoslavia? I should have seen it said 1931 on the side. I thought that was a fucking distraction. Emirates? Okay. Probably Dubai. Can we tell where this place is? Emirates Islamic? Is this just the Dubai Mall, or is it a different one? I guess we'll probably just guess the Dubai Mall. Right? Oh man. Hey, Dubai Ice Rink. And then let's see if we can guess the year here. Anywhere? We'll say like 2014, but at least I was really close. Damn. Dropping points in the last two. Okay. Smashville, Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, right? Bridgestone Arena. What side are we looking at? We don't know. Maybe this one? What year is this? It's tough. 4,300 on this one? You already beat me. Fuck. I might not hit my 40K unless I do really well on this. The year on this is tough, man. Well, the stadium looks relatively new. Let's try 2018. Or 2019. 2012. Damn, did I miss it? Oh my god, I missed it. By 85 points. Shit. Yeah, you beat me. You beat me today. Damn. Let's say bye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube.